No,
No,
we'll
you
figure it
good.
out.
Because I do hear what you're saying, but I don't have nothing.
Well, we'll make sure the audience can hear really good and stuff like that. Hello,
Yes.
hello, hello, everyone. Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, yeah.
Hey,
Out. So,
How was y'all
can
week? How was your week? How was your week, Miss Nita?
it was wonderful. To this week was good, but today was better because it's Friday, honey. I got the whole weekend off. We finna really relax and just chill. Just chill. Everything was wonderful.
Are
okay?
you a mother?
Ooh,
Yes.
How was your Mother's Day?
It was phenomenal. I went out of state to visit my mom, and
Okay.
we all went to church together, and she joked and everything. So it was actually nice. I went to Mississippi to see my mom.
Okay. Okay.
Yep,
What
yep.
part?
Lambert, the Delta, Lambert, Mississippi, close to Tunica, Memphis, Clarksdale. Um,
Okay. I think
uh,
Mama Doris. Hey, Mama Doris. I think Mama
she
Doris from
Jackson.
Mississippi.
Yeah, she's
Miss
in
Doris,
Jackson.
how's it going?
Yeah.
Okay, Vershawn, we got Vershawn. Hey, Vershawn.
What's up, the Chicago conservative? What
What's
up,
going on,
bro?
ladies? What's
Hey,
going on?
hey, hey, hey. So we're gonna start, but we just want to thank you all for being here. We're allowing this platform because we know you all are great people. We know that you all are very, very serious about flipping. Hey, Nita, just it seemed like pause your mic for a minute. Just let me see something. Yeah, I think it's Nita.
Mm.
Just that little sound. But we're here. We're thankful that you know that you all. We know that you all are very, very serious about flipping Chicago red and just making Chicago great again. We know that you all are very serious about that, and we just want to thank you all for being dedicated to the movement and to the cause of making real change in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes,
So,
and but Sean, I know that we started off wrong, but I
All
appreciate you.
love,
I'm
man.
glad that
I,
we
but we
we
didn't. It was manipulation. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
it was just.
So, but
I
I'm
was
glad
looking
that
for information.
from a real one to a real one, you are now my little brother, and I appreciate you, and I
I appreciate that.
appreciate that God does everything happens for a reason. So I really appreciate that,
Absolutely.
and let's get into it. Are you from Chicago? Originally born and raised, or
Yeah, absolutely. I'm from Inglewood, Chicago.
Inglewood, Chicago?
This is Michael
Okay.
Polina, man. Look, they know where I'm from, man. That's why I'm like, don't let nobody lie to you. I'm
I
where stuff
know.
get really real at.
Yes. So we
How about Miss Nita? Miss
yeah,
Nita,
Miss
you
Lee.
from Chicago?
No, but I've been here 30 years now.
Oh, 30 years. Okay.
Might as well
Okay.
be.
Okay, so this is okay. So Zoe, you want to tell today what this about? Because we are giving you it's a lot where we okay, let me say this, you all. One thing about what we will do, and we will continue to do, we will continue to call out the cancer that's trying to stop this movement. Everybody is on code who want to see change from all different organizations. It's not man, me. It's not about that because we need all hands on deck in order to get this democratic machine, corrupt machine, to demolish this machine. We need everybody, white, black, Hispanic, Jew, and we need everybody. So we're not ostracizing anyone. So long as that's the mission to make Chicago great again. That's the mission. So we're coming across different cultures because we have a cancer that's been forming a long time. And because they're getting paid to do this, and they're getting paid by Brandon Johnson to stop this movie because he's running scared because he knows it's over for him, and we will not allow him. We're the citizens are taking our community back, our city back, and we are not allowing him, who's from Elgin and where, to destroy Chicago. So he's scared, and he has been now. They have been hell bent on destroying the movement because not Chicago Fifth Red, anybody who truly wants to make a change in Chicago. So you see, I've been jumped on the narrative, they lying, saying we started things and stuff like that. It's a bunch of things. This is Rae Easley, Beverly Miles, and I don't even know Beverly Miles. Never seen her, didn't know her if I was standing next to her. But so these are the people, the cancer, and we will call anybody out by their name, because we are going to shine a light on this snake and cut that head off. Okay, that's all I want to say.
Yes. I've always been in my own lane. I've always been just trying to get my family's case settled. But I also I keep seeing so much corruption, and I'm not scared to expose it. I'm not scared to call out names. I'm not scared to see the BS, because that's the problem with our community. We keep talking about we oppressed and it's racial oppression. This white man is this. Nah, this is niggas, and that is the problem. And that's what. And because of that, and because I'm not a sellout, and because I'm very independent. When I say super independent. If I have no allegiance to no party, but I align with the Republican Party because I am an entrepreneur, and we are in an economic fight. Also, I'm a conservative. I've always been a conservative. I was raised by a conservative Black mother, born and raised in the city of Chicago, and for some reason, people do not get that part. They don't get that my mother's from here. So I have blood in me from Chicago. My mother's born and raised. My grandmama was from here. My great-grandmother's from here. My grandfather was from here. So that doesn't matter. My father is not from here, but that does not defeat the whole purpose of we have to get Chicago to a better place, because we're done. We're done if we don't, because the people have sold our communities out, and this is in every blue city, for so long, and that no one people didn't finally stand up. So that's the issue. And now that the city of Chicago and the residents of Chicago has made this the guinea pig of, if it can work in Chicago, it's going to be able to work everywhere. And that came from all of us, from Vashawn, from Ms. Nita, from
Mama Doris,
Natasha Dunn, I always say, Charmaine, a whole bunch, Miss Jessica, Mr. Blakemore, there's a Mark Carter, a whole bunch of people that was down there when this was first happening, fighting about the illegal immigrants, Tyrone Muhammad, from illegal immigrants to housing issues, to not getting no help from the local media. So we all had a common goal, and that was to make sure that on the federal level, it was going to be Republican, because that woman could not get in office. And that was the main goal. But going through this, it was a battle, because everybody wanted to be the lead of something that at the end of the day, if you could be if Time Magazine could say, we want Zoe, we would like Chicago Fifth Red. Well, we would love to be on Time Magazine, but we also have to bring the other people who also made this go. So yeah, Chicago Fifth Red was something, but also Vashawn. You understand? Also Mama Doris, also Natasha Dunn, also also Carter Trust. Shout out to Miss Carter. You understand what I'm saying? Linda, people push back. And I used to say this before we even started, before the Chicago Fifth Red or ever. I remember I told Brandon Johnson at one of the city hall meetings, I said, y'all messing with Chicago. Chicago has one of the biggest egos. I said, this city is segregated, and it's okay for it to be segregated. These people are fine in their pockets. I said, you are poking the biggest ego of all time, and you are going. It is not going to look pretty. And this is and look, and it ain't pretty. So now that we're here, I met Vashawn. I met Vashawn during the DNC. I was having trying to do this panel thing, getting everybody on this panel.
That was nice.
Yeah. And P. Rae couldn't come, so she texted me and she said, "I'm sending my vice president to your panel."
So Zoe, oh yeah, she got to come back in. Cause y'all still here, right?
Yeah, I can still hear.
Yeah, it's an emergency alert that's coming on the phones. But yeah, I
Yeah.
think that may have knocked her out.
Oh yeah.
I just got.
Oh
that.
yeah, cause I just got it too.
But what Zoe is referring to, the DNC was going on during the time, and P. Rae, I guess she had to go on Fox News, so she couldn't make it. So she sent me in replace of her, and I believe we were going to be be discussing on a panel and things like that. And it was a very interesting panel. Don't get me wrong. But it started off kind of rocky with me and Zoe because I guess it was like about reparations, which I'm still down for when it comes to debating with that. But, at the end of the day, it was all love. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't, like despise Zoe. Like, it was just a conversation, And I honestly wanted to keep continuing that conversation in the future. So, that's how I met Zoe. I mean, even though like we disagreed on on not even a lot of things because she didn't even, honestly, in my opinion, I didn't even like know Zoe was gonna turn out conservative like how she was, because when she was talking real big about like this, nobody like Republicans and this is why don't nobody this done third. I'm like, but then as time came, I guess she saw the light when it came to the Republican Party. Like, look, this is the party of capitalism. This is the party of business, like you said. You're an entrepreneur. I believe both of y'all are entrepreneurs. So
yeah,
so it was a very good conversation. And,
it was a great conversation, and yeah, it was me coming right off the Breakfast Club. So I never declared a political party. I never was Democrat. I never was Republican. I never cared about the politics. I just cared about getting money. So I was definitely done with the Democrats. So it was either me making that decision that I was going to go Republican or just remain independent. That was my thing. So that's why I wanted to do that panel. But after the discussion, my shout out to my brother Veron, he was there as well, and we were supposed to keep this going. Like we were supposed to do another one because it was funny. Like it ended up being funny, it ended up being a whole thing. So it was gonna end up being like some more, but P. Rae would never link it back together. You understand? Like I'm trying to find the link so we all can collaborate. And this was before Chicago Fist Red, but she would never respond. So after that, once Chicago,
she wanted all the attention. She wanted all the attention. She
wanted all the attention.
Freak.
Mm-hmm. So once I met Danny, and we went down there and we did the whole Chicago Fist Red. It's that much dust outside.
Yeah,
yes.
I don't see any dust, but
I don't see no dust either.
They keep sending these emergency alerts.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But anyway, the me and Danny, we all went downtown City Hall, and then that's when we did our thing. We flipped Chicago Red. What we doing, Miss Jessica? Flipping Chicago Red. P. Rae was in the video, and she said, "Danny, baby," all that, and that was it. But she never was a part of the group. However, I was asking her. I said, "Hey," "now we got this momentum. We're viral. We're everywhere. That now I'm locked in now because now I'm getting called all types of coons, black coons, fat coons, dyke coons, all types of coons. So I need the things now. Oh, y'all so stupid. Y'all going for Trump. Trump is a race. Losing friends. I don't care, man. I'm going for the long haul. And y'all will see. So I would reach out to her and tell her certain things to do, like, hey, I'm like, can you do a TikTok about the importance of us voting and how we need to vote and whatever? Yeah, I'll get it to you. Never get it to you, but not understanding, like, girl, you never wanted this. You never wanted us this collaboration. You never wanted us to win. You never wanted anything. You had your own agenda, and your agenda was You went down there because you were mad that they cut the funding off the bus thing. But in your school, you couldn't get no bus. You couldn't get a bus to get your kid to Kenwood. Then you were mad. Then you wanted the statue. Then you wanted stop signs. Then you wanted other stuff. So you were going out there because you were getting the platform, because you was using us. You were getting the platform to get on these Fox News and all that stuff. So finally, Brandon and Maurice Robinson, your homeboys, went to school with, all that, grew up with, like you always said, finally said, well, what can we do? What do we need to do? And you sold yourself out and tried to think, and you thought that because you thought you were the leader of the Red Bunch in the city of Chicago, and we also was going to lead with you.
There you go.
Now that Rashawn, that's when Rashawn is now right. When they right.
Yeah.
And see, the thing that we were told is that we were all. I'm sorry about the noise. I hear it when it's off or on, so I don't know. I think it may be the app.
No, I hear you.
What we were told was that we all supposed to be working together. You know, that's what we were told. We're gonna collaborate with other organizations that want to see Chicago flip red because of what's going on with the Harris administration, the Biden administration, the shots, the everything, the illegals coming in. We were told that there was going to be a collaboration. Am I right, Bashan?
Yeah, absolutely.
So
which never happened, by the way.
Happening. So I'm trying to figure out. Well, okay, I see Zoe in the meeting, and I know you and P. Rae connected to some point because you know she was working out, you know, at your facility. So I'm thinking, well, what's the holdup? Why is it that we ain't collaborating with nobody? Because can't just no one person get credit for just one person for flipping Chicago Red? Because that's what it began to look like to me. Because I'm like, it's gonna take a village to do this. It just can't be. Why I gotta just be one person? That's what in the beginning I didn't see that. I just believe what I was told because I'm thinking that what I'm being told is what's happening. You know what I'm saying? Then eventually I'm realizing, I'm like, well, where's Zoe go? You know, but I ain't really know you to call you or nothing like that to find out. And I didn't really know Danny. So I'm like, but where y'all? I was wondering where you went, Zoe. I didn't know where you were. Then the next time I saw you again, you were at the Trump Tower. And I think that was when I gave you a ride home, right?
Oh, yeah. So, yeah.
I went. So now I realize what happened. You know, through what you all are saying, I realized what happened. That the collaboration was never even wanted. It really, honestly and sincerely wasn't wanted. So I'm like, well, that's kind of like a red flag against what I'm looking for because we need to collaborate with one another in order to turn this blue city that's been blue for over a decade. It's gonna be more than just one person. So that was something that I was wondering about. So I just want to say that since we're on that topic.
Yeah, and I thought the same thing. I thought we was all about flipping Chicago red, turning Chicago into a Republican city. Basically, P. Rae lied to us. She manipulated all of us. And before I say anything, guys, and I got my live going on over here too, so this is just for everybody that's listening. I don't got nothing against the members, the solid members that's still in Chicago red right now, like Osiris, Miss Natasha, even Miss Marjorie. You know, like I feel like they still want Chicago to be a Republican city. You know, so it's not that like this ain't got nothing to do with them. This is just strictly Patricia Easley, okay? So it's not like the whole like Chicago Red or whoever's still a part of Chicago Red, but you know, she's just a pathological liar. She was like, honestly, she was never for the cause because even when we go to City Hall, she would never want us to talk bad about Brandon Johnson. Oh, don't talk about him. Why y'all attacking him personally, which we never did. Like, if I might add, I don't know if she was referring to like the makeup thing that I did, but that was an actual thing that he did. He did spend $30,000 in campaign funds on haircuts and makeup. That's what I thought I was helping him out so we can save some money. You know what I'm saying? Use this, you know what I'm saying? Pepper yourself up a little bit so you're good, you know?
Yeah, that was good, y'all. You did.
So it's like, that wasn't a joke. Like, I'm being serious, you know? And then I got a text message from P. Rae right before I was about to speak, because I text P. Rae, you know what I'm saying? Yo, I got chosen to speak. Wish me luck. And she gonna text me, thank Brandon Johnson for what he did over Christmas weekend, for sending more police and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, man, I'm not thanking no damn Brandon Johnson. You got me up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that, you know? So she's crazy. And when it comes to all, what it really just comes down to it, she just tried to take credit for everything. And you know, it like a lot of people don't understand, like a lot like me, Osiris, Mr. Dennis, like we all played a huge role in like elevating P Ray to where she is now, you know, and she takes a lot of good people for granted. Like Miss Latanya, that was the last straw for me. First of all, that's your biggest. Y'all know how cool Miss Latanya. She even donated.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like Miss Latanya is a real one, and I'm standing on that. You know,
Shout out to Miss Latanya.
yeah, shout out to Miss Latanya, man, for real. Because that's why I left the group, low key. I left the group for Miss Latanya because I that just wasn't right to me. You're not about to sit up here when this lady that gave you hundreds and hundreds of dollars for you to say, "Oh, Miss Latanya, she's out of the group. She's affiliated with Mr. Blakemore." Like, what are you talking about? That don't even make sense. What the hell does Mr. Blakemore got to do with Miss Latanya? Because Miss Latanya is watching over an 82-year-old man. What are you talking about? He's 82. Somebody has to watch over him. That's somebody with a kind heart. You're never going to find nobody more nice.
Mr. Blake, anybody that got a problem, me and Mr. Blakemore, we have our relationship. Anybody, Mr. Blakemore is we have to take care of Mr. Blakemore. It's not even we have to, we must.
Right. He's an elder, man. He's the 51st alderman, man. That's how that's the 51st right there. And it's like and this is what I don't understand. I want to put this out because I'm trying to put everything out there. This is what I don't understand. What happened with you and Miss Jessica and Mr. Blakemore at City Hall? You know, y'all got into it. I'm not gonna, say what y'all said, but words was exchanged, and I believe P. Ray said, you know what? We can't do anything with Chicago Flip Red no more because they too this and they're too that and Zoe's this and you know what I'm saying everything's that. And it's like she was kind of like just found, like y'all said, she's looking for an excuse to not collaborate with nobody. That's kind of like what I was getting at, So then it's like you like who can like nobody likes you. Like this is what I'm like getting like at this when I'm still in the group. It's looking like you not cool with nobody. You're not cool with anybody. You know what I'm saying? So how can we really flip Chicago red or turn Chicago into a Republican city if you in tour with every single person that walks through this door, walks through that door, that's at this event or something like that? How can we really make change? And I just want to do this. I got my Bible right here, guys. Right hand on the Bible right now. Everything I say is the honest to God truth. And y'all never known me to be a liar. I've never lied about anything, but I got my right hand on the Bible right now. Everything that I say today about Patricia Easley or anything that got anything to do with Chicago Red is 100% true. Even though I'm gonna tell the truth regardless, but I just want to show you guys that this is real. This lady is a demon, okay, demon. Mm-hmm. This lady is a demon. She lies guys. She lies about everything. I'm saying everything though.
I'm saying,
and it is sick. So I had to do this. I had to join this Famous Friday with you guys because now she's threatening my livelihood. She's threatening Miss Vanita's livelihood. She's threatening Mr. Dennis' livelihood. Basically everybody that left Chicago Red, now she's threatening us when it comes to basically our jobs and stuff like that.
Right. She said she's gonna call our jobs.
Which is kind of weird because what the hell is that really gonna accomplish? You feel what I'm saying? What is that gonna do?
Right. She said she's gonna call our job because we were politically manipulated by the sentence was never completed.
Right. You heard about the wrong.
That's important for me. Complete your sentence. But how was we politically inclined or whatever? But finish saying what you're saying so we can get a subject and a verb.
Yes, because she's educated.
Exactly.
She's educated.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So my thing is, from what I began to see where the deception came in addition to me thinking that we finna make America great again, we finna revitalize Chicago, we turning it from blue to red and all of that. I feel like with the issue with LaTanya, like he was mentioning, is because sometimes I felt like she wanted us to support people that was Democrat. So I'm thinking, well, why would we want to support Tiffany Henyard?
Oh, we gonna get into that.
Latanya,
I got a whole
You
list.
want Tiffany Henyard?
I got a whole
Huh?
list.
Tiffany
Yeah.
Henyard?
We gonna
Yes,
get
I
into
don't support
that.
nothing Tiffany Henyard. Tiffany Henyard is the devil. She needs deliverance from demons. That is what she did was wicked. It was evil. It was of the devil what she did to Dalton. Why
And can
would
I
you?
just-
Why I wouldn't even get on no platform and say I'm your friend. I
There
would
you
just.
go.
I wouldn't. I mean, without addressing other stuff that you do, because her character and integrity, you can't separate that from the office. And that's what P. Ray told us: separate her character and in character from from the
She's a
office.
terrible
You can't
person,
say
though.
there's
Even her
no- there's no-
personality. Her
There's no
personality sucks. Her policy sucks. She's just not a good person. Here's the thing when it comes to Tiffany Henyard. P. Ray, I thought she was for women. This woman allowed one of her trustees to get sexually assaulted in Las Vegas. She didn't even speak up for this woman. You feel what I'm saying? This lady Tiffany Henyard is just all out, just the devil, like Miss Benita said. She put Dalton in a $3 million deficit when before she became the mayor, they had an extra $5 million to work with. I've been doing stories on Tiffany Henyard for so long, I can't even count. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what boosted my channel up a little bit. She was spending money on Tahoe. She bought 2 diamond rings and she named them after her kids and stuff like that. What? She's shutting down people's private businesses and basically making them pay ransom.
Refusing people to get their license, not letting them have their license to their business that they've already got a judge's approval on getting. And I believe that the reason why she got mad at Latanya and put her at the group without Latanya's knowledge was because Latanya spoke up at the meeting when P. Ray wanted us to go to a press conference with Tiffany Henyard. Why would I be standing out there in a press conference with her? She a Democrat. I'm first of all, my party is the righteous party. Anybody that deal with biblical principles, that's where my allegiance is to God Almighty first and foremost. If you're a conservative, you're a Republican, you're independent, if you can align with that, then I can roll with you. If you ain't aligning with that, I can't roll with you on the issues that you don't align with according to the Bible. So Republican Party is it. God using the Republican Party, so I'm rolling with them. That's how that goes. So she got mad because Latanya was like, Latanya said, Tiffany Henyard, why a press conference? Why would we do that? And then she was like, no, that's your personal thing. She said, that's your personal thing. If you want to go to a press conference with her, that's fine. But what does that got to do with Chicago Red? And from that point on, I think that's why P. Ray put her out the group. I'm gonna be honest, because I noticed that. That's something that I just sat back and I listened and I noticed, because you got 2 ears. You need to do double listening than talking. So I sat back and I listened so I could observe what was really going on, because this stuff is serious. This stuff is serious right now.
It's just funny to me, though, because she wanted you guys to stand at this press conference because of the verbal abuse that she endured. But Paul McKinley just punched Danielle and fist and defended her.
Where's the love for the women, right? Black women, right? I thought you loved black women, P. Ray. So you gonna defend somebody who attacked the other person who basically rushed. She got out of her damn seat to go rush and attack somebody, which would be Tiffany Henyard. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna protect this woman over a woman who actually got assaulted by a man. I'm talking about Paul McKinley. You guys already know. Yeah. And then she doubles down and say justice for Paul.
Democrat. She's a Democrat. Those are Democrats, right? No, that's what it is. That's what it is. And she hates. And she hates me. I don't know why. She hates us.
Danny, she hates you because you're very, very attractive, and she's not. She's ugly. She's fat and ugly, and she stinks. That's why she doesn't like you. I'm telling you. I'm not just throwing shade. I just got to say this. P. Ray is very, 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 very insecure. She is one of the most insecure women I have ever seen in my life. She responds to everybody on the internet. Every time somebody don't agree with her, they just have low self-esteem. What was her intro on intellectual radio, Miss Benita? This is a radio show for people with high self-esteem. ChicagoRED, this is a group with people with high self-esteem. Like, P. Ray, you are insecure. You are literally insecure. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's something that's just like, I don't know if she haven't been told, like, she was loved when she was young or something like that, but something is like she's just looking for attention. This is when it came down to it.
Mhm.
People keep thinking like, oh, Vashawn left because he got his Fox deal and just left. First of all, when I did my interview with Tom Homan and Laura Ingraham on Fox, I was still going back to the meetings. So it's not like I just got my Fox deal and left. So I don't know where the hell she get that idea from. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I hate to admit it, but Fox don't even fuck with you no more. You keep going on Fox talking about, oh, black people is America's sweet potato pie. No, we're not. Black people commit 50% of the violent crimes in America. Black people do all this crazy ass, like they are ruining all of the liberal cities. It's the white liberals and the niggas. Black people. Then I made a video and she contacted my wife. She was texting my wife, insulting my wife, insulting me because I blocked her. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, y'all ain't know that though, right? She is crazy. She's insane because I made a video about her supporting Teen Takeover. Oh, go babies. Yeah, those are my babies. Are you stupid? They're ruining downtown. Somebody got shot. A tourist got shot with her son. She's not even from Chicago. So now you're just ruining more and more of your tourist money that's coming into Chicago. I believe Chicago used to bring in what, like $2 billion when it comes to tourist revenue?
Yeah, because last year they said it went down to like only 50 million for the first time or something like that. I just read that.
Right.
Another thing I didn't like that our conversations, whatever she was having a conflict with, it wound up being personal. You know, it's always a conversation about Danny or Zoe or Flips Red or Jessica. It's like,
it's a gossip session.
Let's actually focus on making Chicago go red. Let's do more focusing on that than talking about Danny or whatever. We down here for 2 hours in a meeting. I don't want to be
ain't talking about nothing though.
If you don't want to be part of Red, then what's the point? Instead of having a conversation about them, so almost every meeting that was a turnoff for me because I want to use my time on the goal. We're adults. We're goal oriented. That's what we should be focused on. You know what I'm saying? And we should also be collaborating with actually Flips Red. That's what we should be doing, like we were supposed to be doing initially. All of everything sounded good in the beginning. Then all of a sudden things began to take turns to the Democratic Party. Then you she wound up at an oversight meeting in DC, and you walk in the meeting saying West Side.
What's up,
what type of that's an alliance right there. That's
use my language, but
you know what I'm saying?
This asshat literally
that's an alliance.
This asshat got a 6% approval rating. Why would you go up in there encouraging Brandon Johnson? You are a moron. You're a clown. Oh, we live down the street. Oh, I know his wife. Our kids go to the same school, Kenwood. Like, who fucking cares? Excuse my language, but who cares? How is that gonna keep crime down? How is that gonna keep the illegals out of our neighborhoods? How is that promoting businesses? How is that doing anything for Chicago? Because stop sign, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? I ain't gonna say the R word.
West Side stick together, but West Side, everybody on the West Side ain't sticking with the Johnson administration. Everybody on the West Side is not sticking with the Johnson.
Everybody in ChicagoRED is from the South Side. We're not even from the West Side. We're from the South Side. So what you keep talking about West Side for?
It's
from the South Side. What you talking about?
Well, wait, even Brandon Johnson's from the South Side now. After he got elected, he moved to Beverly, from what I was told.
He
allegedly.
did.
Let me say allegedly. He don't live down the street from where we had the first press conference on the West Side anymore. From what I was allegedly. Let me say allegedly. So South Side is predominantly who was a part of the ChicagoRED. I just think at this point, no one hates ChicagoRED, but we definitely hate the devil that's using the Democratic Party. And from what I see is more of a Chicago blue instead of a Chicago red.
Chicago blue, boy. I'm trying to tell you.
You know, we don't support Tiffany Henyard. Emma
Danny Davis.
I don't know about
Emma Mitz, Michelle Harris. When I heard Michelle Harris, bro, I almost lost my mind. I'm like, what? Michelle Harris? Like, you? That's what I'm saying. Like, this lady is a full-on different. That's why I'm like, y'all ain't ChicagoRED. Y'all Chicago blue. Y'all Chicago blue now.
But
Y'all
so
Chicago blue now.
so Rashawn, what started? Because I remember that she had been. It's like all of a sudden that she had started trying to destroy Chicago Flips Red name, saying that we paid plants. Because she had started to do that. Their plants, they are getting paid by the Republican Party, the white Republican Party. This is to destroy. She had started saying that. And I remember I did a video at City Hall that you had commented on. And I said, look, you all, they have no MAGA hats on. She's been meeting with Brandon. She just came back from meeting with him. She's getting paid to do this because he's scared, and she's getting paid to do this because now she has sold her soul to the devil. Brandon Johnson know that it's over for him. He's getting scared, and now he's trying to pay all the people that that's willing to go and sell out, and that's what he's doing. And so I made a video, and I remember you commented on it. You had actually took the video and you had commentated with it. Can you talk about that? And you said Danny, you're right. So can you talk about that now?
I'm gonna actually give y'all some more information leading up to that.
Okay.
So you understand what really happened with that. So the thing was this. Oh, Chicago Flip Red, they're taking all of our attention. You know, they're getting media attention, and they don't know that. And Zoe's from there, and Danny's from that. And basically, it just sounded like jealousy, right? So we just listening, like, because you know, Miss Benita, it was always a gossiping session at these meetings. They not talking about nothing, right? They only talking about y'all. So it's like, I'm listening. It's like, okay, P. Rae is jealous as hell of Flip Red. Like she honestly like losing sleep because of y'all doing what y'all doing, right? Y'all getting attention from Tom Holman and you know what I'm saying, all of these people that's really trying to make Chicago great again. She was crashing out. And it's like, when it comes down to it, she was never a real leader. She never had a real plan. And when she saw what y'all was doing was really taking off, and when she saw y'all in DC and y'all was doing y'all thing in DC while we was in DC too, like she and you know, she was just getting jealous and because y'all was getting more attention, right? So then when it come down to Brandon Johnson and it was in December, right? December, she made a post saying, in January, I will no longer be talking about Brandon Johnson, right? So I'm looking at this shit like, this period, did she get hacked? I'm like, she had to get hacked. So then I'm like, she was doubling down on this, right? Because that was around the same time when she wanted me to not say nothing bad about Brandon Johnson when I cooked his ass in City Hall, right? So now at this point, I'm like, okay, something ain't right. So now when it comes to the MAGA gear, she was like, okay, yeah, don't wear MAGA gear at the next City Hall meeting because we're supposed to be meeting with Brandon Johnson, and I need you to be there. I just need you to be there. You have to be there, Rashawn. You have to come. And I'm like, okay. So, but I wasn't meeting with this guy. Me and Mr. Dennis talking. We like, what the hell is going on? She don't want us to wear MAGA gear now. Like everybody like started looking at her sideways after that. And they looking at her even more sideways even now, but I'm gonna get to that later. But when she put that in a group chat, I'm like, what? But at this point, I wasn't even going to the meetings no more. Like, I just want to make that clear. I stopped going to the meetings after she wanted to support Tiffany Hayner and all that garbage. Like, I was done after that. But she was saying, yes, don't wear any MAGA gear and things like that. But you know, Mr. Dennis still wore his MAGA gear and stuff like that. So I was leaving early. I'm like, you know what? I'm not staying for this City Hall. He not talking about he done filled this place up with some vegans or some shit like that. So, you know, I didn't get the chance to talk. So I just left, you know, and let it be known, this dude, Brandon Johnson, was looking at me like a hawk. He didn't look at nobody else except me. He was just looking at me like this.
Like you better not say nothing. She told you your orders. I saw him looking. You right, Rashawn.
Staring at me though, like he would not look at nobody else. I'm like, I got it on live though. Like if y'all don't believe me, check out my video. Like this dude is looking directly at me though. Like we're like locking eyes, and he was looking at me for like at least 3 minutes. I'm like, yeah, he waiting on something. So when me and Mr. Dennis left, and I just want to let this be known too. Mr. Dennis was like, so where's Osiris? Because I thought Osiris was gonna leave too, but he ended up going back with P Ray or something like that. But he coming to the light a little bit now too. But then P Ray texts me. I want to low key show y'all the text messages.
So, I mean, but if you got receipts, because you know, like,
yeah, because they saying that that she's suing us because these are all lies.
These aren't lies. Oh, so these are lies? Okay, hold on. These lies. This is a lie, P Ray. Hold on, I'm finna read these now. See, and that's her problem, and that's the problem I had. I hate to bring this lady up, but this is the problem I have with Miss Jessica too. Don't call me no fucking liar, bro, because I don't gotta lie about nothing. I don't gotta lie about anything. So this is what P Ray said. We were going to meet with the mayor. We are here to pass policy, and I responded, "What the f?" I said, "Why the f would we do that, P Ray?" And she talking about this isn't politically gangbanging, even though she always talking about Vice Lord this and Vice Lord that, and the West Side this, West Side that. You the main gangbanger. You talking about if Tyrone Muhammad or if somebody come on the West Side, he not gonna make it back. You basically threaten this man's life. You feel
Tyrone Muhammad?
And then or something like that, right, Miss Benita? So. Then she talking about some Brandon Johnson's the CEO of the city. So basically, she you know what I'm saying, she D-riding them now. You know, I don't know if y'all can see that. Look at that. Oh, we were going to meet the mayor. Oh, we're here to pass policy. What I say? Why the F would we do that, P. Ray? You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to lie about nothing. Read it. I ain't got to lie about nothing. So sue that, pissy. Talking about something you don't understand politics, and that's fine. I don't understand politics. I know a rat when I see one. I know a person that switch up when I see one, and you sold out. You sold out like a clown. She talking about some, this is my organization, and we are political. The goal is to pass legislation and policy. If you don't understand the diplomacy aspect of politics, we aren't the organization for you. Diplomacy? Democracy? I wanted it to be a vote when you tried to kick LaTanya out of the group, dumbass. That's real democracy. What are you talking about? I said Miss LaTanya shouldn't be kicked out of the group. Let's have a vote. Everybody agreed on that. This lady is such a freaking dictator communist. You heard what she said. Look, you know what? Let me show y'all. Y'all think I'm capping. And she be crashing out too. Like, I'm not even responding to her.
You can't see
I can't see that.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot.
She crashing out.
Okay,
and I blocked her ass, and then she started to harass my wife. She's weird. What you say, Zoe? She's weird. She's weird.
She's weird.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and then look, she say, I received everything I requested from the city for my community and the children due to diplomacy and politicking. You know, you sold out. That's why you received.
Yeah. When Bashan showed me that, I was like, oh no. When you take gifts from the Democratic Party, you a part of them. You a part of them.
Screenshot that, chat. She is a clown. Oh, we were gonna meet with the mayor, and then it's like you talking about this and that when it comes to diplomacy, but you don't want to practice actual democracy in your own group. And
did you guys have any bylaws?
No. What she always say, Miss Benita? Oh, I'm Michael Jackson and y'all are Tito. I'm Michael and y'all Tito. Who the fuck do you think you are?
that ain't no bylaw law. That ain't nothing. That's crazy.
You're ugly. You're fat. You stink. You're insecure. You're dumb. Like, go crawl under a rock like Patrick Star and go continue to eat some fucking Italian pizza. Literally.
Let me just say this. So she like I said, the conversation seemed like most of the times it was about other people. So I'm like, I mean, at some point you were like, okay, look, this is my time. This is my energy. This is my gas money. Let's move on to some plans, please. But
Brandon Johnson already won re-election.
Zoe was a part.
Okay, hold on for 1 second. Hold on for 1 second. Vershawn, we want to see that. You said what? What is that text about? Brandon,
you have 830 million to compete with the economy. No, like she basically just
I can't hear you, Bashan, because
Can you read
you
it or
said
say what
what?
you said? Can you read
Say what you
it?
said over again, Bashan. What is that you showing us?
This says because Brandon Johnson already won re-election with the $830
What?
million bond deal that's going to fund non-profits. Then she's talking about some. Do you have $830 million to compete with his economy? And then she said, no, that's the political side that you don't understand because you don't come to meetings. Yeah, so you just admitted that I stopped coming to your damn meetings, and then I just have to go 100 miles on them. So I'm gonna read that too. So then she said, you can go yell and scream at City Hall. We are going to continue to shake hands and make friends, to accomplish goals, so that we can continue to have a seat at the table and push policy.
Wow. Shake hands with Brandon Johnson. And so basically saying, listen, y'all, what Vershawn is saying, basically saying he already won. He already won re-election.
Right.
He got that 830 million, so he already won. Really? Now you know Chicago don't. We ain't no way we gonna let him win. So you really gonna sit at the table and lock hands with this man, sell out your whole Chicago to wow. Okay, Brandon. I mean, okay, Rashawn, finish.
So it
Wow.
gotta be some money involved.
Before I finish, Miss Vanita, a little birdie told me what did they say? If Chicago Red members see this, don't believe anything you hear. If they show you anything, if they show you a video,
don't believe anything you hear, see, or read. Don't believe anything you hear, see, or read. That reminds me of what Obama said. Well, why do you have to think? Let us think for you. That's the same thing.
Down.
That's all Democratic language. Democratic language, evil language. Now, what I want to say is that
Vashawn, when did she send that text about that 830 million?
She sent this. Let's see when this was. This was around March 22nd.
All right. So let me just say this because I don't want people to think like this, just like we on some gossiping stuff too. Because I do all the facts, because at the end of the day,
gossip.
That's what I'm on. So that $830 million ban. When did you say she texted that to you?
She texted March 22nd.
All right. So February 26th is when they passed the $830 million. Barely was a pass, but they voted. They did that. Fast forward to when Charlotte Roberts, that's the procurement, the director of procurement services that he appointed, she discussed about people taking that 3% pay cut, and she did that around. Make sure I got this right. This was in March, right? So she asked people would they take the 3% pay cut. She asked over 250 contractors, and she basically asked the black people, minority, but the black people. 62 agreed, 59 rejected, and 129 asked, right? So then you go to when Mayor, now I hate saying mayor, but when Brandon Johnson went to Tribe, that's a non-credible fake news black publication here, and he said that he spent $20 million. He spent 20 times more on black Chicagoans than the migrants, right? Because he had already put that $830 million. He's basically is paying people with these contracts.
And his real
can I piggyback off that too?
Yeah.
When it comes to that $830 million bond, right? If you read the contract within that, every alderman gets $1.5 million to use as they see fit. So this basically just made every single alderman a millionaire. Millionaire.
Plus, so if that's in that little contract just for that, mind you, they still get $1.5 million every year just to fix certain things in their
right.
ward.
Mm-hmm.
So you look, oh shit.
So you bad? You ban re-election. You got these sellout people who.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she said so that's why with the situation that happened with you, Danielle, recently on Monday, that's when we walked in there and Paul McKinley was going
Hey,
crazy.
wait a minute. Hey, can you mute your mic? Let me just see, because I hear. Okay, let me see. You said what, Zoe?
When you on Monday, when just this past Monday, when we walked into the public library to this public meeting in this public room that our tax dollars pay for, because I want to continue. I want everybody to understand that, because the lie is going around. Beverly Miles says she warned us, girl, I don't even talk to you, but whatever. You never warned us or anything like that. But however, when Paul seen us, now mind you, I'm putting Paul together now. I mean, putting Paul together after the fight, but I did not know that was Paul going into the Rainbow Push breakfasts every time I was down there protesting. And let me make this very clear. When I talked to Mark Carter said that he didn't even understand. We're confused on even why we weren't talking, or we never talked, because he said back in the day, him and Paul used to bust in Rainbow Push a radio show and stuff on the same shit, because they wasn't about shit back then. So it's crazy how you are a totally different person and you hanging out with them now because you taking whatever from them, a couple of dollars, which I don't got nothing to do with that, because I'm not. Y'all can take whatever y'all want, but don't tell me how to civil right my own thing and when I'm trying to change. But go forward to when we got in there, he kept these bitches can't get in. These bitches can't come in here. Because he already knew that this demon, this loser, the biggest loser on the West Side besides Beverly Miles, was on her way there. And on her way there, he had to get us out of there. He had to get us out of there, and he thought that we was going to just leave. You understand? But we were invited there, and we were here for the shelter thing. But he could not, because they say he drink a lot too. So he probably was a little bit drunk before he came up in there. But he was not. This was not all. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't prepared for this. So he just thought that we was just going, all right, we gonna leave. And it got abusive with him, because now you got me on camera. You understand? You got me on camera when I know this girl about to come in here after she done talked so much shit about y'all. You understand? We the problem.
And see, that's why, y'all, we don't know this man. I never seen this man a day of my life. Like Zoe saying about, I don't know what happened, but Zoe is saying about he attacked her. We never, Zoe saw, she realized after the fact that was him she got going into Rainbow Push, but we never knew this guy was a Republican. We never knew nothing.
I know he was like, usually everybody that knows me or knows of me or confused on what's going on, they usually come over to us and be like, hey, what's going on? And I usually tell him, he never, out of any of those times, but I think the main one was the Bad Bitch Brunch. The Bad Bitch Brunch with the Rainbow Push Brunch, that's where everybody was there. Every sellout was there. Every sellout gangster was there. Jamal, every preacher and their assistant, their boyfriend assistant was there. Everybody pulled up to that. Brandon Johnson went through the side door. You understand? Because he ain't never gonna go through the front. You understand? When he know we outside, he been ducking me since 2023 when he first got elected. He never. So that's he's weak. However, that was the brunch of the brunch. That was the bad brunch. That was the sellout brunch. If you could name a brunch. Every year, once a year, the Rainbow Push breakfast brunch is the sellout push. That's the elite. That's the bourgeois of the doo-doo. That is the boo-boo of everybody.
And now that I'm thinking, so that's why. See, we didn't know who he was, but see, he knew us because he had most likely than talking with P. Ray, and she hates us for no reason. They just tell you why.
So he
So
had
that's
to
how
get,
he
and
knew
then they
about
say,
us.
they say
That's how he.
they be doing a little do. You understand?
No,
Like they be messing
that's
around.
that's
That's
alleged. We don't know that.
allegedly.
Yeah, so we don't
So
know.
he
But
was
that's
panicking when he seen us because we done seen him. You a Republican, you a fourth ward Republican committeeman going into the sellout brunch. You can't. These niggas have sold out. Jesse Jackson been selling out the community
for
since
years.
Before we were born, y'all.
Yeah.
And Al Sharpton.
And
yes,
Al Sharpton and Little Jamal Bryant. Yes.
Yeah.
So he panicked.
and we never knew him, but he knew us. That's what it.
The Dr.
He knew
King
us,
breakfast
yeah,
that
because
Dr. King don't even approve of. So a lot of people. That breakfast is still going viral. When we went live stream, that breakfast, so everybody was out. Every Fed was there. Every informant, everybody that snitched on Larry Hoover. That's why free Jeff Fort. Okay, that was everybody who took a deal and grifted and have sold us out was there. Okay, everybody, every corrupt preacher kid, everybody was there. And then you have them, and I promise you, Rainbow Push is the criminal enterprise for what's going on with this illegal immigration scheme that's going on. So they meet in there every Saturday to discuss what they're going to do with these illegals before Trump come in here to come get these people and come get them too. But because we're exposing these things, because we have not sold out, and because we are trying to get this city to where it needs to be, and I need these people to settle my case, we're messing up the little $835 million that he has stolen, and think that he can funnel it through the green social house scam that just passed through. That is a nonprofit that the city of Chicago they're overseeing it, which is crazy because there's never going to be no affordable housing. But he promised these people contracts. They say allegedly he promised Paul McKinley $5 million contract. And my thing is, I want to say this to you guys who are getting these contracts for selling out. $5 million is nothing. $10 million is nothing. When I have watched for the past 2 years, because I've been in school down there, that's how I know they launder money all day, that they giving these white contractors $50 million.
Oh, we was down there and listening to
$100 million.
Wow.
We was down there listening.
$70 million. $5 million is literally like $100,000. Okay? You got to think about the material. You got to think about the workers.
Right.
You got to think about all of the permits and stuff you have to get.
Yeah.
You're not going to make nothing from $5 million. $5 million ain't shit. So y'all out here crashing out for a person who is a liar. He lies all the time. He can't help himself. Maybe it's a West. I don't know if all the West Side people like this, but for sure, him and anybody that grew up together, they grew up together. So maybe that's why they learned to lie together. You understand? They probably went to the same babysitter. Babysitter was a liar. Probably everybody was a liar, but they lie so much over there. I cannot believe that you think that Brandon Johnson is really going to get y'all some contracts. That man is going to jail. And anybody that's with him is going to jail. That man laundered so much money and stole so much money so fast and thought that he was going to keep them dumbass talking points. Now that he's trying to come and get the black vote. Because the Hispanics, I don't know if you just seen with the situation with Andre Gay Vasquez that is taking over the Latino caucus. He's now demanding more jobs for the Hispanics. He pushing for that. He didn't say no black and brown.
What's
He
his
ain't say
what's
no
his
people of color.
what's his name again, Zoe?
Andre Vasquez, Alderman Andre Vasquez,
Yeah.
the chairman of the Immigration and Refugee Rights. Also, he was the one that was running that shelter, the inner Chicago in Streeterville. Now he done took over the Latino cause. Rosanna Rodriguez Sanchez, she has stepped down, and now last week come out, he need 27% of jobs for the Latinos. He ain't saying nothing about no black and brown.
Wow. Wow.
And
Mm-hmm.
he gonna give it to him. He gonna give it to him because they all got shit on them. Right. But what are we gonna do? We're
sell
going
out.
Yeah,
They're
we're
gonna
gonna
sell out.
and
Our
then we're
people
going
gonna sell out.
Why y'all talking about that black man? Why y'all doing it to that black man? Why are y'all continuously letting these black pieces of shit in Congress and government and in local and in these nonprofits keep selling out our community? We ain't gonna have shit left over here. We're not gonna never have in none of these blue cities, and we're never gonna have something. Somebody said, oh, shout out to Barry Cunningham. Barry Cunningham said something earlier today that made me really be like, whoa. He says, now he might be in his 50s, maybe early 60s. He said he's from Connecticut, which is not too, he's from small towns like me. I'm from Albany, New York, we're upstate. He's from the East Coast. He said that he can go back to his hometown now, and the streets that was ghetto back then are still ghetto now. That is a problem. And that's the same in every community. So you can't sit here and blame, definitely not Trump. Definitely not Trump. Y'all can go ahead and kiss his ass with that bullshit. But you cannot blame no Republican either in these Democratic flooded cities.
Yep.
This is all us.
Yep.
And like you said,
it comes because of people like Beverly Miles, a Paul McKinley, a P. Rae, anybody that is going to sell out for their financial gain. Like tomorrow, she's having this statue monument thing for her father. Now, what's crazy to me is, I just want to read it.
Wow.
Just in case anybody wants to go. So she says, join us at the community workshops to create the Rae Charles Easley Memorial for the Austin community. That's now looking like little Venezuela. Just want to put that out there. Come share your favorite memories and ideas about how we are going to celebrate my daddy in the community he loved. There are 2 dates, so mark your calendars. Rae Charles Easley Memorial Community Engaged Art Workshops. Celebrate the life of Rae Charles Easley, a civic leader known for his work with the NAACP. Oh, you already know what the NAACP was.
Democrat.
Okay. Youth mentoring.
Literally.
And labor unions.
Yep.
Join sculptors Sonia Henderson and John P. Weber to help create the artwork that will be added to Mr. Easley's monument featured in Austin Town Hall Park. We need the Austin community to honor Mr. Easley's contributions by telling your stories and to create beautiful cut paper collages to help narrate Mr. Easley's powerful but short life. We enhance the storytelling and art making experience. Art supplies and light snacks will be provided at each event. Community engaged workshop dates and places. Austin Town Hall Park District, May 17th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. That's at 5610 West Lake Street, Chicago, Illinois, 60644. If you guys want to go. Austin African American Business Network Association, May 31st from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. 5820 West Chicago Ave, Chicago, Illinois, 60651, in case any of y'all want to go. Now, the people who put it on are Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson.
Wait a minute. Stop it. You better not tell me that.
You're lying, bro.
You lying, man.
So what is that? But that's an alliance. That's an alliance.
You think Brandon Johnson gonna give me something?
Chris Talaferro, 29th Ward, Alderman, and the Department of Cultural Affairs and Special Education and Special Events.
So say it again. Please read that again, because I know you didn't just say Brandon Johnson is doing this, boy.
Chicago. This is Chicago Blue. Chicago Blue.
Yeah. She sold out her whole. She sold out her whole organization for this statue, this monument. For Rae Easley. For Papa Charles.
That says Brandon Johnson at the bottom, though. Now
Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson.
Wow.
Chris Talaferro, 29th Ward. I knew he was a piece of shit. And Department of Cultural Affairs and Special Events.
Every one of those. Chris Talaferro.
This is what she tells us. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
I changed phones, so you shouldn't hear that noise no more. I think it was something wrong with my phone. But this is what she tells us. Well, we have to talk to our enemies. But you ain't talking to your enemy to get your demands met. You talking to your enemies to negotiate what you want. Right. You're talking to your enemies to negotiate advancing the Democratic Party, the blue.
Yes.
That's what she gonna tell them. So anybody that's still a part of Chicago Red, Marjorie, Natasha, Osiris, y'all need to run.
Y'all gotta
run. Because the next thing they gonna do is offer them some money.
Yeah.
So you gotta be strong to say no. And you got to be strong to run and to lead. Now is an opportune time for them to take flight, run, get your heckle and your jekyll, and get up out of that organization. Because they're not supporting the red. They're not supporting the MAGA movement that comes from God. They're supporting demonic movements of the Democratic Party. That's it. That's all. Because that's a straight. If you can't see that's an alliance, what is it going to take for you to see that? That's
Brandon Johnson
alliance. With the
he would never, Brandon Johnson, let me tell y'all something. He would never, anybody that's a threat to him, think about it. He would never be talking to you. Think he gonna talk to me and Zoe? Never.
We got to speak last Friday at City Council, and you don't see it nowhere because he made sure to put where the minutes were, right where the big screen is, so no YouTubers or no news people could get us going in on him. And I went in on him. I called him a traitor. I told him to stop bringing up Dusable's name. I said that he's the one that redlining. You a whole redliner. How the fuck you talking about anybody else and you redlining us out of our own community? But we did not, none of that stuff is seen on there because he knows exactly what he's doing.
And do you see her down there anymore? I haven't seen her since.
Oh. And she told everybody else, like, don't worry about City Hall no more. So
wow.
Yep, that's what she said.
Y'all don't want them going to City Hall to speak up about the things that's going on in Chicago. P. Rae, now I know we got people that's in Chicago Red that's going to see this video. Please, guys, wake up and understand that P. Rae does not care about y'all. She does not give a shit about that organization. She got what she wanted. They don't even meet at the church no more. Like, ain't nothing going on. Like, bro, they are done, bro. She got what she wanted. Now she's back Democrat. Now she's back to her Democratic establishment ways. And isn't she a trained politician? Ain't
that's
that what she said?
Yeah,
politics.
Yeah.
That's like you say, it's politics, because that's liars. They politic. We're not, none of us on here are politics. We are not trying to be politically correct, but like you said, it's politics. So what politics do? They lie, they sell you out, they get what they want, what they can get, and they sell out everybody else, and we seeing it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know P. Rae sold out. I know P. Rae sold out because she always begging for money. How many GoFundMes have y'all seen P. Rae make? She even went on WLS that one time. Oh, I need some money. I need some money. Like, you look pathetic. Do you know how pathetic you look going on a radio show begging for money? And they never invited her back because what's she going there and say? Oh, Tiffany Hanger? Oh, that's my homegirl. That's my homegirl. Like, you're stupid. You talk about, I don't know politics. You're dumb as hell. Yeah, everybody and their grandmother knows that Tiffany Hayward is one of the worst women on the planet. Why would you go on WLS to say that? Because you're dumb. You're just dumb.
And the goal was for them to flip Chicago Red to blue. That was one of the reasons to meet
And
with
the
Johnson.
problem
That's why they
was
wanted to
it
meet
happens.
with Brandon Johnson.
They just steal so much. You understand? I mean, they cheat so much here. It did. Chicago.
She stole from us.
Yes,
She stole from
there's
us.
a lot of things that we don't know. You understand? Like, because when I'm not politically correct, I don't know all this politics stuff. But last week, a lot of white YouTubers are interested in me. You understand? I got like 3 more I got to do because they keep explaining to me that what we did, no one else has done before ever in this city. They lost hope with Chicago because it was such deep blue. But the fact that we flipped 2 districts red, and we all did that. Vashawn, you did it. A lot of people really wanted to see more of Vashawn during the election. So people kept asking us, "Hey, I gave so many people your YouTube, your X page, because so many people like, hey, the guy with the locks or the conservative, where's he? You know, where can we find him?" So many people.
And that's love, man. See, actually, Laura Ingram's Booker actually reached out to me thanks to y'all. See, P. Rae would never do nothing like that. See, she claimed that, I did this for you and I did that for you. And see, that's another manipulation tactic that she tried to use, right? Right, Miss Benita? She always tried to make it seem like she did something with somebody. I want to bring up another topic.
Okay.
Bring up Washington, D.C. Because this has to be talked about. So before we went to Washington, right? She said, we have a sponsor, guys. So we're going to all go to Washington. The sponsor's going to pay for it. And yeah, we're going to be good. But then I say a week after that, she says, we need $500 from everybody. That's the only way we're going to go to to Washington, D.C. and enjoy the trip. Right, Ms. Benita? And we were willing to do that. We were willing to do that. So then next time we talked, I think we had like a conference call or we went back to another meeting and she said, and I think it's like I'll say like a couple days before we went to Washington, right? She says, okay, guys, don't worry about it. We had a new sponsor. So now we don't have to pay for anything, right? So then, right, I would say not even 24 hours before we got to get on this plane and go to DC, right? Not even 24 to 48 hours, I should say. She gonna contact everybody in the organization and say, I need $150 from everybody. And if I don't get it, then you guys can't go to DC.
By noon. By noon.
So y'all paid $650.
Yeah, a lot.
No, it was 100. It was 150. It was 150.
It was 150, but that was from like 8 to 9 people though. So that adds up,
Oh wait, so y'all didn't have to do 500?
No, but then she came back and said, I need 150 or you can't go.
By tomorrow at noon. By tomorrow at noon.
Tomorrow at noon.
Yeah.
That's a communist right there. That's what I'm like. Why would you say that? And then now everybody like, we just got our hair done. We just bought like clothes
for all those balls
stuff. Now you come down, know it's talking about we got to give you $150. And then she goes back and say, that some of it's gonna go to the sweatshirts and stuff like that. Then she talking about, we need the sweatshirts back because y'all not an organization. But we paid for that.
Wow.
So y'all need the sweatshirts back that y'all paid for?
Exactly. That's why I'm like, commies. That's a communist, bro. You feel me? So then we finally all make it to the airport, right? Everybody made it on their flight except P. Rae and Mr. Dennis. And Mr. Dennis ain't make the flight because he wanted to wait on P. Rae's slow, stupid ass. I'm like, Mr. Dennis, we was one of the first people here. Let's go. Why are you waiting on her? You know what I'm saying? But he admit that was a stupid move. But either way it goes, now we gotta wait on you to get on your next flight to get to DC. Now we just stranded in Washington, DC with some damn MAGA gear and MAGA hats on and stuff, right? You know what I'm saying? So then she finally gets to Washington, DC, and then let it be known, she said she had $240 for food, right? We get to the Airbnb, stuff like that, and it's days and days like we in Washington, DC, this, that, and the third. Now, she says she's supposed to have an interview on Fox. She's supposed to be going to the Fox Bureau or something like that. We like, okay, P. Rae, are you going to go? Are you going to go? Because if not, me and Osiris can go. Me and Osiris can go in your place. Are you going, P. Ray? She didn't even go. She told me, oh, I overslept. It's like, man, you could have gave me and Osiris that information easily.
Yeah.
And we could have went up to the Fox Bureau and did the interview for you, but you're such a fucking hater and an attention freak. You didn't even want us.
Well, do you know if she really had one?
No, she had it because she ended up doing it on the laptop inside of the Airbnb.
Okay.
But she was too lazy to go up to the damn, like you, Danny, you actually went up there. That's what I'm like, you're like, she's a clown. But then, right, she claimed she had $240 for food, right? And let it be known, we already done paid her $150 to go on this trip. And this is from everybody. Miss Latanya, I think Miss Latanya gave her like almost $400 for the trip. So I don't know why P. Ray acting like she doing something. We got our own money, right? So then we get up there, and I swear to Christ, y'all, we eating like a big ass like bucket of potatoes for like 4 days. That's all we ate. I'm like, where's the food at? And then when I'm going to check on P. Ray, I see $100 bill just laying on the ground. I'm like, we in this motherfucker eating potatoes and grits, and she didn't even buy the grits. Mr. Dennis bought the grits. So we in this motherfucker eating potatoes and drinking tap water while your ass got $100 bill sitting on the ground. You're a fool. You're a fucking fool. We ain't got no food up here. You know what I'm saying? Then she talking about, oh, Mr. Blakemore this, Mr. Blakemore that. So why you let Mr. Blakemore inside of the Airbnb? Why would you do that if you didn't like Mr. Blakemore? That don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like now everybody looking at you sideways, and then she even got the security deposit back from the Airbnb. So you could at least gave us half of our money back when it came to the money that we gave you. You know what I'm saying? It's like she just so basically, I all boils down to it. She scammed us. She scammed her own group.
And you know, Rashawn, we tried to because Zoe hit her up because we tried to be all together.
I know. And she told me this. Oh, Chicago Flip Red wanted to be with us, but I had to tell them now because I don't want to be. And so I'm like, you're a hater. You're such a hater.
She said y'all was getting a $15,000. Y'all were getting a $15,000 Airbnb, and y'all were gonna do some cookouts and stuff like that. But
that's a lie.
She didn't do none of that.
We didn't do
none of that happened.
None of that happened.
None of that happened.
We really tried to be with y'all. Like we really was like, man, y'all going down there. Let's get something together because we all Chicago. This my first time being down there like that. I guess it was y'all because shout out, let's be honest, Miss Jessica, the one who, did that, who kind of got us with that ball and stuff. So we was like, man, let's do this. We was really excited. We was like, okay. And so Zoe I said, Zoe, did you hear back from her? Because at this, like, I never had no problem with P. Ray. I always tried to be involved with P. Ray. So I never had no problem with her. So it was just like, let's be together and stuff like that. But it was, Zoe said, I'm waiting, B. She said, I can't keep waiting too long because every time we rate these Airbnbs, steady going up. And I'm trying to see how many we can do so we can get something, how many of us going to be there. And it kept going up. And then she never, ever, like I think Zoe said, she never hit her back, never would do nothing. So we wind up getting them because we were waiting for you all because we wanted to be together. We all from Chicago and it was our first time. I thought it was going to be if we did that.
And it was always some type of hatred, like, oh, well, they got put out. Oh, Flips Red got put out. They weren't let in. I'm like, why we gotta? Where is all this hate?
No. Let me make that because that's where me and Vashawn. That's because she lied. First of all, I know everything about DC. When I first turned 18, that's the first place I went, to DC. I love DC. A lot of my friends are in DC. Matter of fact, let Danielle meet one of my childhood friends. Like I said, I know everything about DC. However, when we went to, because my first time ever going to an inauguration or anything like any of these things, Miss Jessica was speaking with some people that they met at the MAGA rally that was in Wisconsin. A lady got somebody in touch with Miss Jessica. So Miss Jessica was speaking to this lady. One of the things was the ball, that we briefly seen you at. Now, Miss
Multicultural ball.
the multicultural ball. Now, Miss Jackson didn't understand that it was a ball for all. Anybody could attend. Okay, like it was on Eventbrite, all of this stuff. And it got overcrowded. But there was also a conservative, black conservative ball that Danielle saw. And Danielle was like, "You seen this ball, black conservative ball?" And I'm like, "No, I never even heard of these people." So I went and got look it up. Went and got the information, saw the tickets and stuff like that. So I asked the group, I said, "Y'all want to go to this?" Everybody said, "Yeah." So when I got the head count, I have a guy, a sponsor, that's my mom's business partner that wanted to go down there anyway because of inauguration. I said, I need you to give me, I think it was 5 of us. I said, I need to get you 5 tickets, 5 of these tickets. Tickets was like $300 a piece. So I need to get these tickets for me. And he said, okay, no problem. He got the tickets. That other ball, I knew it was going to be overcrowded because once I saw it on Eventbrite, I was like, damn, anybody can attend this one? Whatever. So when we went to the Black Conservative Ball thing, that was cool, network and all that stuff. The next day when we went to that ball, the multicultural ball, we had got, before the Eventbrite thing, we were sent a link for the VIP. They gave us VIP for the 5 of us. When we got to the VIP thing, they said that we couldn't get in that side. They said it was overcrowded. I mean, it's already crowded. I can't get in that side. So then we went in the other side. We went in the other side. We saw P. Rae. We saw
the general admission.
We saw P. Rae. I was looking for parking for like 10 minutes. I dropped them off at the front. You already hugged. You already hugged P. Rae and all that stuff. When I got there, I shook my head up to P. Rae like, "What's up?" Because I was already salty at P. Rae because I already knew she was on some bullshit because I asked for us to be together. Like I'm talking, you understand? So Eric, because I know DC, I've been to DC, I know how to get around and all that stuff. So and it was Chicago. It was a Chicago thing. So that was the reason. So I was already like, this bitch think I'm a dumb bitch, but I know that she's a dumb bitch. But I'm not gonna continue. I'm not. You know what? I'll let everybody realize how dumb she is herself. So when I seen other people that were pissed off, like we have VIP. They bought their VIP tickets. We have VIP. Why are we not over there? It's overcrowded. I knew my attitude and I know how I am. I said, I don't do shit like this. Like, I don't do this weird shit. I said, take y'all pictures. And I took the pictures. I seen Mr. Blakemore, because Mr. Blakemore was supposed to come and stay with us. Yeah. But we were in Alexandria, Virginia. We gave him our information and everything. He was supposed to come stay with us. I don't know how he stayed there. But he was supposed to, he said, somebody's supposed to bring him up to Alexandria. The day that we were going to the Black Conservative Ball, we didn't have an extra ticket. And so he was saying, y'all don't have, I said, no, I said, these tickets we've been purchased. I said, but if you come now, we'll make sure that you get in. Well, we got you everything, Mr. Blakemore. But he never arrived. He never came. So that was that. But we saw him at the multicultural ball leave. I was leaving. And that was it. We never got kicked out. It was not what we went to the night before versus what that was. No, absolutely not.
Wow.
And they never let us. They never let us in because they were saying they said that so we were there at the door and they said it had got overcrowded because people who were supposed to not be in there were in there. It had got overcrowded. So we were outside and we wasn't the ones because Zoe didn't come there for was looking for a park. it was a lot of, it was like the Asians and all them. They the ones was beating on that door, let us in, because they had actually paid for tickets. We
Right.
had just, so they was beating on that door, let us in, let us in. It was cold outside. So that's when we said no. I said, okay, we need to do it. So we walked over to the general admission. They was letting everybody in, and we were just in. That's when we saw y'all. We was hugging. We was just having a nice time. Zoe didn't know. She over there trying to get in. Then she came over there with us, and then we went. So it was a guy said, let me try to get y'all in, because y'all, he knew we were supposed to be in VIP, but when he went over there, they ain't let nobody in, because and the line for VIP was long because everybody was mad because they had really paid. So Zoe said, no, we ain't gonna do this. She said, well, let's take your pictures and stuff. Let's take your picture and we get up out of here, because ain't no way that we don't be standing outside. They ain't let nobody in. So we went over there, took the pictures and stuff, and we left. That was it.
Wow.
Right.
That was it.
But Sean, didn't she say that they got put out? They won that.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. She made it
That's
seem
like,
like
you kept saying that. You was like, why y'all get put out? I'm like,
but that's what I was told. Like, she making it seem like, oh, Zoe was crashing out. She was embarrassing. She was knocking on the door, yelling and screaming.
You went off on people. She said you went off on people. And
no, she didn't. That's a lie. That's a lie. I'm standing out there. Those I ain't gonna even lie. I'm not trying. The people who was going, they had turbans on their head. They had turbans of Indians, I guess. And the I guess they Chinese or whatever like that. They were banging on the door.
They were pissed off.
And so was like, so Zoe came up like, what's going on? They were banging on that door. Zoe said, what's going on?
They were pissed off because the VIP is where they had just announced earlier that day. Eric Adams was the last politician, the guest that was going to be there. He was the last one. That was they just announced that morning, the day of. Because I honestly, real talk, I wasn't really too crazy about going, because once I knew I saw that Eventbrite link, I said, this shit.
She did say that.
She said, no, this ain't gonna be it.
She said anybody can be here,
yeah, like around 11:30 or 12, it said Eric Adams. And when I said Eric, I was like, oh yeah, I'm going. And I'm going to see it. And I was excited because I fuck with Eric. Mm-hmm. So when I saw that, I was like, okay, but that's why they was mad. Like,
because they paid, they were going crazy. Zoe said, "What's going on?" I said, "They going in."
They said, "We paid. We paid." They started speaking in their languages and all that stuff. They started showing their thing. They was pissed off. There was people that was dressed with tuxedos on, ball gowns on, that paid for that VIP ticket. Well, I don't know how much that VIP ticket, because we had got that from Miss Jessica for free. Ours was free, but they paid and they were pissed off. The dude who paid for our tickets, we had one extra VIP ticket left, and he got there early. He was over there.
Mm-hmm.
He was over there. He took a picture with the dude, took a picture with Eric Adams, all that.
But they wasn't letting, so that's when Zoe walked. And so the man, because they was banging on the show so hard, they was going, he opened the door like, we can't, he was like, that's when we was all right there. He said, I don't know if they said this crowd and stuff like that. And then he said, let me walk over here and try to get y'all in. So that's when they came over there to where y'all was at, like the general, where y'all was at. And then he was like, they ain't letting nobody in. And so that's when Zoe said, let's take the pictures and let's go. And that was it. But so that's why I'm like, hold on, Zoe. I said, no, ain't nobody saying you got into it. She said, Danny, I think that's what
I got kicked out. And Miss Jessica was believing that shit too.
Yeah, and I told Miss Jessica, I said, no, this is not what happened. I said, I'm telling you what happened, this and that. And so I didn't think none of it, because to me, it was nothing to even think of. You know what I'm saying? That to me, it was never nothing to think of. But it was like people was making it a big thing. And I'm like, why are they doing that? It didn't make sense. But now I see it's always a narrative she tried to portray on us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, basically saying
now I
that
Blake
see.
Fly.
I am more cultured than I am more cultured than P. Rae will ever be. I have been to more things than P. Rae will ever.
That's what I'm saying. You got way
Can't
more
see
connect-
me. You can't see me in nothing. Only thing, if you feel like because you went to Senegal, okay, who cares? Like you went to an HBCU, okay. I done fucked plenty of people from HBCUs.
Democrat,
Yeah,
Democrat.
AKAs.
Yep.
I know. I got a few honeys that's AKAs. Well,
Right.
what
Speaking
you
of AKA, she didn't want us to talk too badly about Kamala Harris because she's
No, sure did.
AKA.
Oh, ooh,
She didn't want us to
oh
talk
wow.
about Harris like that at all, for real, because you know when Kamala Harris became the nominee. And then Miss Benita, remember, look, allegedly, but I can believe it because knowing P. Rae, I wouldn't be surprised. She's a registered Democrat, guys. She's not even a registered Republican.
Yeah.
She's a registered Democrat. She's under Democrat. So I wouldn't even be surprised if her ass voted Kamala. I'm gonna just be honest. I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, hey, I can't from what I'm seeing and the credibility and the character that's being demonstrated, I would have to agree with Vashawn on that. And then also, she said, well, if things don't work out, she can always go back to Senegal. So at that point, I'm like, you must already got a plan. That sounds like somebody that got a plan, period.
Right.
If you saying something like that, you got a plan. You got a plan. And it's a personal plan that you're using other people to help you to fulfill that plan. We just a pawn. We was just pawns.
There you go.
We was just the chess pieces on the doggone board.
Because she had always said, Danny Davis, that's my godfather, and I love that's me. And I'm saying, that's a Democrat. That's a diehard Democrat. He the one destroying our communities. What is that? So it never.
The West Side. What you mean, Danny Davis?
Yeah.
The same Danny Davis that got the West Side looking like a piece of shit.
And she forbid anybody put their mouth. She told her son, watch your mouth.
And what I tell her,
watch his mouth when he mentioned Danny Davis.
Right. And I told her, and that's another thing. She be acting like we can't have a say-so politically when it comes to these people she like Tiffany.
The Democrats, mainly the Democrats.
The Democrats, basically. Brandon Johnson, Emma Mitz, Kamala Harris, you know, all of these people who are Democratic, by the way. She don't want us talking bad about them at all.
Yeah, she ain't gonna let you say nothing about Tiffany Henry. And Tiffany Henry, I don't see nothing she supported of her or of P. Rae's organization.
I told P. Rae, I don't know if you ain't caught on yet, but I can't stand this lady's guts. I cannot stand this lady for nothing. She's a Duracell battery freaking scamming city girl scammer. That's what she is. Mm-hmm. She doesn't care. She never cared about the people of Dalton. And that's what I'm saying. I just never understand how can you defend somebody like Tiffany Henry but not support nobody, somebody like Danny who got hurt and she actually tried to help you lose weight. You say you want to big your back? She's trying to help you. No, I mean, I know it's funny, but she's trying to help you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we all try to help you. I'm taking time away from my family, bro. I'm calling off of work. I'm gassed. Like, bro, I got to drive 2 hours to this damn meeting just for her to talk about absolutely positively nothing. Talk about nobody. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, you don't even appreciate good people in your group. I felt that when Zoe and Danny said that because we were good people. Miss LaTanya was good. That's why I stuck up for her. She's a very good person. She is very genuine. I'm like, I'm not going to sit up here and let you do this to these people in the group. That's why I'm advising people like Osiris, Miss Natasha, War Drummer, Miss Marjorie. Please get up out of there. P. Rae does not care about y'all. All she care about is herself and her pockets because she's broke. She got to beg for money. Now that she got paid by Brandon Johnson, now that she got her funky ass statue, she does not care about trying to turn this city red. It is officially Chicago blue. I'm going to start calling them Chicago blue now. Y'all are not Chicago red. Y'all are Chicago blue.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've never,
and we have to call out the cancers. We got to call out that name.
Yeah. And I don't hold back.
I've
Oh, I know you don't.
My thing is like I've never ever. This girl, I will never forget when she came down there with that Trump sign, and I was walking past her, and she says, "I'm down here because you." And to sit and lie and act the way she acts is crazy, girl. You wasn't getting no momentum if it wasn't for me and Miss Jessica consistently being down here about our issues.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the issue that Beverly Miles, her, and anybody else that has an issue with me in Chicago. I'm not going to stop because I have a personal issue. I am grateful for my group. I'm grateful for my CFR family. I'm grateful for Danielle. I'm grateful for my attorney, Danielle. I got two Danielles in my life that I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for Ramona. I'm grateful for Fuqua, Molly, Regina, Maisha, Joy, Nicole. I'm grateful that I have a tribe. Do you know how hard it was to be out here trying to get a movement going because our kids are in trouble?
Yes.
Do you know how hard it is that our seniors are being displaced?
Yes.
Right.
Our men cannot say nothing because here comes these weird charges or threats because these Democratic pieces of shit Black women who think that they're highly educated and they have their AKA stuff, they will cry anything.
And these are the most visible women. These educated women, or educated, I say indoctrinated, because college, I mean, you're not doing anything with the degrees. So you just go to college, rack up hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt, do nothing with the degree, and you just look stupid. You just look stupid with all this debt. You know what I'm saying?
So you can stroll and bark at brunches.
Right. Oh, I have a degree, so that makes me more qualified than you. And it's like people don't like people like y'all. And half of y'all don't even be knowing nothing. Half of y'all are stupid. Like literally though, half of these degrees are like meaningless degrees. If honestly, in my opinion, if it's not a STEM, I don't care. If it's not a STEM, I don't care. Now you can add education besides STEM, but other than education, come on, man. What the hell are you really going to college for? To have fun and, you know what I'm saying, go to parties and this, that, and
flood it out.
And when you get a degree, you're going to say, oh, I'm better than you because I have a degree. And you don't I'm not going to name drop, but I know a guy who has a degree. And I smoke him in debates all the time. This dude is dumb as lots of fucking rocks. You know what I'm saying? Like you went to college and you're stupider. You're still going to college and you're still stupid. Shout out Kanye.
Right. Yeah, she talks about everybody. She talks about Mark Carter. She talks about anybody that's not kissing her butt. But it doesn't matter. I think she talks about everybody. And she talks about everybody. And that's why her daughter always be looking at her like that. Because I know her daughter knows that she's fucking crazy. And I would say
you want to see the real
nobody else
that. If you want to see the real evidence of that, I got the what was that? The Unity rally that we did on the West Side, right? Like Washington Park. Yeah. When she did her speech, you could see that the daughter doesn't really want to have anything to do with P. Rae. It's right in the beginning of the video. I can share videos, so I can present videos if y'all want me to. But you know, so that's just
I'm just saying though. Yeah, she is a cancer. She's a cancer to herself. She's a cancer to anybody that even associates themselves with her is insane. And that's just crazy. Like, you gotta be crazy. There's nothing, this lady does not want change. She likes drama. And the crazy thing is, this lady like 35.
Yeah, that's unacceptable.
She's like 35 years old.
You're too mature.
Even though she looked like about 44 in the face. But she's 35. Like, that's crazy to me because you got a child that you raising in this weird ass world and you don't know what you want to be. You this South talk Negro house Negro tap dancing, this fucking character.
That's what it boiled down to.
A fucking character.
Now you did, and you tried to, and you tried, and you tried to stop. What, and this is what me and Miss Nita gonna have. You tried to demon, tried to stop what God what God has already ordained. You tried to do that. Because you are demon, and because you don't have no allegiance, you sold yourself to the Satan. Now you're trying to stop what we are doing and what God has already predestined to happen. And we would not allow you to tell, to lie on any one of us on here. We would not allow you to push this false narrative to people to say that we're the ones getting paid. This, that. I'm broke. Let me tell you something. I ain't never been this broke in my life. You don't like when I'm saying it, but I'm telling you the truth. I never been like my business. When I told God, I'm going to speak was right, and I'm going to do where you lead me, I will go. I had already said you could take everything from me. I don't care what it is, but I will know you don't leave me. So as far as my business, I don't care less about that. That's gone. That's whatever God wanted to do. I had already made that decision. I'm selling out for him. So that's what, because you chose to try to taint our name, because you chose to try to stop the whole, not us, that's for Chicago plus Red. You all were shot, and you all were good people. We kept saying we wanted to tell you all what was going on, but we didn't want to start stuff because we wanted to let y'all, when we saw that the division and what she was trying to do with us, and Rashawn, when you made that video, I really wanted to reach out to you because I knew that you all were good people, but I didn't want to, I'm just not trying to start no stuff. I wanted, because we were on one mission, but I knew you were good people. But when she started trying to lie on us and take our name and talking about we getting paid and we're not really for this movement and we don't really want to flip Chicago Red and we don't care, that's when we had to speak up and say what it was, because you're not going to lie on us and discredit everything that we're doing, because we must save our city. We must save it. That's it.
Yeah,
exactly.
And let me make this clear. I can talk about whatever I want to talk about on my channel. So if you guys don't have an issue with anything I'm talking about on my channel, you don't have to look at nothing I'm talking about. I can talk about whatever I want to talk about on my channel. This is my channel. Like, I don't go on anybody else's channel telling what anybody else wants to talk about. And that's what it is. I can talk about I want to talk about on my channel. You feel free to go to anybody else's channel. Just like she goes on all of these platforms and talks about us. She stayed talking about us on Dana with the Data, and fuck Dana, because you have yet to bring us back on there. Okay? So fuck you, Dana. Real talk. So you let her go on that platform and keep fucking lying every fucking day with Sleepy Joe Brown on that motherfucker. That at the end of the day, so she goes this somebody tell me every time she go on Dana with the Data, she bring me up. Every fucking time. And Dana with the Data lesser. Bitch, you don't even fucking know me, Dana.
Yeah, what you were saying, Benita?
What I was gonna say too. Well, you know what? She manipulated Dana, because Dana was talking to Dana.
Dana has my number. Dana has Danielle's number. Dana, if Dana wants the real tea, because that's what they say, right? All that stuff. If they want the real tea, she knows how to get in touch with me. So fuck Dana.
But I saw that manipulation when P. Rae was talking to Dana on that show, and she would be like,
she be on there every day though. She be on there every week talking about us.
Then Dana caught her, and Dana said something. Dana was like, "But how is this? That don't make no, bleep sense." And so, but P. Rae she had a response real quick on Dana, but she was trying to she manipulated.
Yeah, well, it will be unfuck Dana when Dana reach out to us. But right now, it's giving fuck Dana.
So the other thing I was gonna say is two things. Now, speaking in terms of spiritual, I come out my house Tuesday, a little dead baby bird is out there in front of my door. So I
What?
come out Wednesday, a little dead baby bird is out there too. I already know that's witchcraft. So I just responded to P. Ray because she got upset with me because I made a comment on Zoe's last YouTube about what happened with Paul and stuff attacking y'all. So she told me, I was talking S to y'all. And I was like, no, I'm not talking S to no, I'm not talking S about you. I said, I'm talking facts. I said what Zoe and Danny is talking, these are facts. It ain't no justice for Paul because Paul is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to say Zoe was crazy. I said, no, Zoe ain't crazy. Zoe presented
Mm.
facts. She presented facts. Okay, those facts was the truth about the situation and what was going on. Y'all had every right to be there. But it's
Mm-hmm.
no coincidence that I walk out my house and find these birds. So, since she want to be spiritual, I made it known. I just left her a message and politely told her, no weapon formed against me is gonna prosper. And I
That's
told
right.
her, if we can be at peace, even though we're not on the same side. But if you want to be my enemy, Psalms 109 is your portion. So I hope that even though she Muslim, trying to portray to be a Christian, I
Oh
hope
wow.
Wait, what?
I, I hope she go and read Psalms 109 because Psalms 109 ain't a good. It ain't
What
good if
is
you ain't on the
going
Lord's side, baby.
on?
It ain't
What
good if
is
you ain't on
going
the Lord's side. Psalms
on?
109 ain't good for you if you ain't on the Lord's side. And so that the other thing I wanted to say, you had mentioned something about the illegals. I think that we should do really 100-year moratorium, just like they sold the parking space. The city of Chicago sold the parking spaces to Last Park in a private parking facility and put 100 years on there that we got to go through them to pay for parking instead of the city of Chicago. We need 100-year moratorium on no illegals coming to our country. We got enough problems right now. We need to get our own country back straight. We don't need no extra problems coming over here. They bring their own cultures over here,
Mm-hmm.
own flags over here. Well, if you want to come to America, you need to leave that stuff behind.
They
Right.
got they got these people. They got some of these people so confused that we shouldn't
Yes.
be speaking English. That's how I know it's some
Oh,
like
oh,
we
oh, wait,
it's
wait.
something wrong.
Let me
You
let
just,
me take this. A student told me that I needed to speak Spanish. And
mm.
the way he said that to me, I'm thinking like, do you? I wondered if he knew where he was. So I'm like, no, you in America, we speak English here. That's what because he was talking to me like he didn't know. Do you
Mm.
know this whole thing turned into a big thing where the person went and told their parents that I said, you in America, you can't speak Spanish. All that confusion that they done brought over here. Now,
Yeah.
it ain't just Trinidad Raga and MS-13. It ain't just gang members. These people is undercover. These are regular, everyday people like us. They in the school system. They work at the grocery stores. They come over here and bring their culture and tell us we got to speak their language. They in
Right.
us speaking all
Yep.
type of Spanish. We don't know what they saying. So I feel like there needs to be when you do let the moratorium up and you do bring some people over here, it needs to be some changes in writing where these people cannot take a political office for the first 10 to 12 years when they
Yes.
here. We need to have people set up where they actually, can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me? They need to have people set up where these people are, like how back in good times when the social workers go out to the house, they need to visit them once a month or to put them on a plan once a month. Are they adapting to our culture? They need to be taught what our culture is. If you
Yeah.
come into America, you need to leave your culture behind because their culture represents communism and dictatorship. That God blessed America with peace. God blessed us with freedom. Our foundation is a republic foundation. That's
Yes.
where we need to be, and that's where we need to stay. We need 100-year moratorium so no illegals can come because we need to deal with the ones that's here. And just because they not gang members don't mean they ain't gotta go.
That
Anybody that don't respect America, they need to go. It ain't like we
anybody
don't
who
we
came
don't have,
here,
huh?
anybody who came here illegally and didn't do it the right way, they
Need to
gotta
go
do
as
that.
well.
Yeah.
And
Do that
also
too.
these people that came here and they disrespectful. They speak their language in front of us. We don't know what they talking about. Then they tell us we need to learn Spanish. You in America. America is the one of the main languages, America, French, and Mandarin. You don't need to come here and tell us and talk to us like we your slaves. So
Right.
like I said, it ain't just them
Yeah,
gang
but we
members.
don't have no representation. You understand? We
Yeah,
don't we don't have no because they selling out our communities. You understand? And we don't
yeah.
have the or we have the P Rays. the P.
And the
Rays
ones
and the
who,
rest of these
yep.
people. So that's the problem. I just said Andre Vasquez is down there saying that the Hispanics need 27% of these jobs. When Mama Doris gave Desmond Yancey bitch ass, a black contract for Chicago, and it had everything on there that we needed, 30% of the jobs, everything. It's like he probably got the idea from bitch ass Yancey, because he's a bitch, and he put it for his people. And I guarantee you, unless he goes to jail, because he needs to go to jail for that over there, and all the money that he's been laundering through illegal immigration and all that stuff, that man, Brandon Johnson, is going to give it to him. Because they have stuff on him. They have stuff on this man while you've got these black idiots. Please, sir, if I just can get a buck. Please,
come
sir,
on, exactly.
If I can just get a crumb.
Yep.
Please, sir, if you could just invite me to your birthday party. Please, sir, can I get into the Rainbow Push breakfast?
I'll be a
Please,
house slave.
Yeah.
I'll be a house slave. If you invite me, I'll be a house slave.
Yeah, I'll be whatever you have, just so I can be in the boule of the do. Yeah, this is the black elite. The black elite, the do-nothing black caucus can't get us. They can't even get these shelters out. They can't even stand with us for a press conference. We get, every day is going to be a new shelter pulling up. A new shelter pulling up in our communities. Ask how many shelters in Andre Vasquez community. Ask how many shelters are in of Andre Vasquez community, and he is the chairman of Immigration and Refugee Rights.
And I bet
he don't have no shelters in his community.
He has not one shelter. Michael Rodriguez has no shelter.
All the Hispanics.
Anybody, all them Hispanic KKK, because that's what I call them, they have not one shelter in their wards. But we got them.
And guess what? Now you got to ask yourself, those jobs he talking about for Hispanics, we know they for illegals because they don't separate that. You see what I'm saying? They're not saying it's only American citizens. So this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to get all the jobs. Now you want more jobs for illegal aliens. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because that's what you. So all the while you're steady undermining the black community, because we see all in our community. When I go to Burger King, when I go to Family Dollar, I'm just saying, when I go to the Jewels, when I go to all that, all I see is Hispanics working there. That's all I see.
Jobs.
I don't see black.
And the crazy thing on Friday, what's the day? Friday, right? Yesterday, my sister, she says, Zoe, there's a crossing guard at the street, and she's having people sign this petition because Brandon Johnson is trying to take their job away. I said, not a black job.
See?
Not a black job.
Not a black job.
I get up and I go down there. And I'm like, hi, how you doing? I'm like, what's going on? So my sister said that you got some petitions. So she was like, yeah. She was like, I'm a part of Safe Passage. And she says that Brandon Johnson, we have to get so many signatures, and he's going to consider keeping our jobs. So she's breaking down that she's been in this job for 11 years. And she started with $10. Now they're up to $17 still, which is nothing, but she's retired. She said when Lori Lightfoot got in office, they used to get $1 raise every year, every quarter. Now it goes up to 40 cents. It only 40 cents. They cut 60. They only get 40 cents now. They cut 60 cents, right?
They probably taking that other 40 cents, honey.
Take another 40 cents, right? So yeah. I asked her. I said, "Well, how many is it of you guys?" So she's like, "It's about 100 of us." I said, "Only 100?" She's like, "Yeah, we go to Sweet." And I got everything. I got to put the video up. So she's showing me the schools, but one of the schools happened to be Dunbar. So she's saying that they're there from 6 a.m. until 6 p.m. And she explains like there's some kids that she had to feed because they don't have any food at home. Some people that want to need to talk because they going through something like it's like they mentoring, talking to them too, right? So she says she goes to New Life. New Life is Tory Barrett's church, the same church that is these vans that's going around to these illegal shelters, right? Okay.
What?
They also have this thing called the Clio room, whatever. But they were.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. That's
right.
on 55th
So listen,
Street.
follow this right here. This is how the Fed. Trump, bring the feds. Okay. Now, he was in his church. Tory Barrett is a piece of shit, just like his daddy was a piece of shit, Bishop T.L. Barrett. But that's a whole nother famous Friday. He going saying that, and Brandon Johnson doing the same shit. We've got all these jobs. Come to these job fairs. We're gonna get you into these jobs, these shelters, right? To get help with the one initiative shelter thing, right? Because it's not for illegals, it's for all families. You go on an interview. I got all this. I'm gonna post it. You go on the interview. Once you do all the interview process, the last question is, are you bilingual?
Sure
No.
is.
Wow.
You don't get the job.
Sure
Why?
Because you're not bilingual.
Wow, discrimination.
You're investing in the community. You're investing in all these jobs, and they have all this stuff. There's straight lying to these people. And you got the nerve, Paul McKinley, P. Rae, Beverly Miles, and anybody else that condone this piece of shit's behavior to come bother us because we exposing the bullshit? You gonna whoop my ass? Who asked you gonna whoop?
But that's the thing, like that's all they can do, and that's a Democratic tactic. They divide and they use violence. Look what they're doing to Elon Musk. They tried to kill Trump twice. Like this is what they do. They send people to fight and antagonize, and basically try to intimidate you, this, that, and the third, and just to get their way.
And then they come with the threats, anybody, and they just threaten, we gonna take them out and we gonna call their jobs and all that kind of stuff. What our jobs got to do with our political stance? Everybody got a political stance. We all vote. So what is your job got to do? Are you gonna arrest somebody for voting? If they Democrats, you can't put that past.
You just sold out your whole group for a statue. And please list the accomplishments that your daddy did, because they say he ain't shit like you. He wasn't like you. So please list all the accomplishments that you need a 2-day festival so y'all can make paper collages for this man, because he used to do stuff for the NAACP Youth Council. Please.
The same NAACP that's right now that's telling us that immigrants, we are the immigrants, and you are violating
the 14th Amendment for the immigrants.
Yeah, the same end up fighting for them, but won't fight for those same people. Exactly.
Yeah. Somebody asked about Lopez. You know what? I don't know about Lopez. I rock with Lopez, but I'm starting to see that we are at war. It ain't no black and brown right now. In politics, anything when it comes to our jobs, our businesses, it ain't no black and brown. We at war.
Absolutely.
We at war. We can do black and brown when it comes to eating out, having growing up friends and stuff like that. But when it comes to these political positions, ain't no black and brown, because if it was black and brown, Lopez would have been got me my press conference. I need a press conference with Raymond Lopez. Y'all all have press Y'all all have a PR person. Every alderman in there has a PR person that can get y'all the press just like that. You know my story. You know what's going on, and you see that we in full under attack right now because we exposing the bullshit. And I still have not got in my press conference about how they have demolished my family's building, and will not pay for it. It will pay millions. It will hush anybody up that's around me, including my try to pay one of my lawyers off because they know if they settle that case, it will set a precedent. It will be like Brown versus the Board of Education.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody don't want to stand with me down there. The 50 disgraced aldermen are still disgraceful to me. So that's what I feel about Lopez.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. So y'all, what y'all want to? Is anything else y'all want to say? Yeah, this y'all.
I just want to say again, anybody that's still a part of the Chicago Red, I think again, I it's like I said a couple of times already, for the third time. I think with all of the facts, this is hard evidence. This is hard evidence that reveals to you who P. Rae is. It reveals to you what her stance is concerning Chicago, concerning really you and the organization. So at this point, with all the hard evidence, I don't see a reason for you to still be a part of the organization. Of course, all of y'all grown, you make your own decisions, but I think you need to take in consideration your future, your family's future. The talks of violence, the lies that's being told constantly to you, how you're deceived by Rae Easley. You're deceived.
Right.
She's not going to support Chicago Red at this point. And the direction that she's moving in, she's supporting the blue. You supporting aldermen that's blue. You supporting everything that's blue. You got the blue coming out there supporting you with this statue. You support Tiffany Henry. Everything I see about her is blue, 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 blue. And if that plan don't work out, she going back to synagogue. So that should tell you something that you need to run and don't never look back so you don't turn into a pillar of salt. So just run. Leave the organization now. This is a big open door, wide open that God done open for you. Take heed to it, pay attention to it, and leave. If you want an organization that's really sincere about flipping Chicago Red, then come to the organization that say Chicago flips red. Or go to an organization, another organization that want to flip Chicago Red. But that organization, Chicago Red, I don't see anything in it that shows me that they want to flip it red. I just don't see that right now. So that's what I want to say. Save yourself.
And like I just want to piggyback off what Miss Benita said. You guys just got to get out of there. P. Rae's a terrible leader, first of all. Second of all, she isn't really getting anything done. Every time you have these meetings with her, what is she talking about? She's talking about somebody else. She's not talking about actual policy. She's not talking about how to make, all of the places in Chicago better, trying to get the illegal status out of Chicago. She is honestly for every Democratic policy. I think I just seen a post with her, and she's going to be doing like blue policy talks with somebody. I don't know if that was like a couple days ago, but I didn't even know, and because that's news to me with the Brandon Johnson stuff and the statue. I didn't know Brandon Johnson was actually sponsoring like that event. That's crazy. You guys need to really look at the evidence that you've seen today. I've showed you guys text messages. You guys have heard stories, and you guys have, everybody that been to DC, you guys already know what went down there. You guys know. I don't have to lie about anything. I put my all into this organization. I did everything for you guys. You know what I'm saying? Even P. Rae. And then she hit me with the thanks for elevating us to this level. She know I was beneficial. She know I was a big old part of the, of the group. I was really influential, So it's like people like Osiris, Miss Natasha, Miss Marjorie, and if I forget anybody else, I'm sorry. I know you guys are genuine. I know you guys want to see
yes
turn to a Republican city. If you guys are hearing this, P. Rae does not care about you. Osiris, I showed you a text message. P. Rae even said, I don't want Osiris to be the executive director because I don't think he's qualified for the job. She tried to manipulate that and say me and Mr. Dennis said that we didn't want Osiris as executive director, and we was like basically trying then had Osiris spot. I could have been had his spot. I didn't want to be executive director. I honestly didn't even want. I don't care about Fox News and none of that crap. See, that was the problem. She was so focused on her being on Fox News and y'all being on Fox News, and that's taking the attention away from her. And that's really all what it was all about is attention. It was all about attention. It was never about trying to turn Chicago into a red state. I mean, a red city. Excuse me. She just wanted to. Honestly, in my opinion, I think this was all to get Brandon Johnson attention. Because people don't know, the church that we meet up at, that's Brandon Johnson's old headquarters.
Oh, my mother, I was in there. Now I got, oh, my God.
I'm telling you. Like, I didn't even know that until, like...
That's what she told us. She told us that. She told us that, yeah.
Wow. Wow.
But it's
and
like...
I got to pour this on myself.
And they were talking about they like her wife, the wife, like they were
they in the same group chat and all this. I'm just listening to this like, are you a Republican or not? So when and everybody is catching on to this stuff, not just me. So when you guys said all this and then the third, like I couldn't say anything but to speak the truth. She did want us to not wear MAGA gear. She was trying to meet with Brandon Johnson. Well, I'm gonna say, oh, she did it. That would mean I'm a liar, and I'm not about to do that. So, last thing I'm gonna say, and I'm done talking about pissy pants Rae or square bob potato head Rae, whatever y'all want to call her. This is all I'm gonna say about it.
It's green mask.
Man, like you guys have to see. Well, you guys basically have to accept a person for what they really is when they show you the first time. That's all I'm going to say. And that's the mistake I made when I came to the first meeting. She said, oh, Tiffany Henyard, that's my friend. And I looked at her like, and she said, oh, I'm just playing. And she said the same thing about trying to contact our jobs, getting us fired. That's what she told her group. Oh,
I'm just playing.
I'm just playing. But little do you know, she wasn't. She really is. That's how I know this is all P. Rae. This is all you. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're trying to make it seem like, oh, these are outside sources. Like, who the fuck else is it going to be? I don't know Tyrone Muhammad. I don't know. I'm saying, what's that, Mark Carr? Like, I don't know these niggas. I know either you or Miss Beverly. Excuse my language, but I know it's one of y'all because y'all are haters. Y'all seen what Zoe was about to post when it came down to the ex-ChicagoRED members, and y'all started panicking. You even told your group, don't believe anything you see on Famous Friday. Don't believe anything, though, even when I'm showing you what she's saying. That don't even make sense.
Anybody tell you something like that, you know something is wrong. Anybody that tell you don't believe what you hear, don't believe what you see, and don't believe what you read, they are suspect of not being good for you.
And last thing I want to say, guys, P. Rae is a liar. She is
she's
liar.
A pathological liar. Yeah.
She's lying to you. She does not care about you. All she cares about is herself. She does not care about anybody in that group. She genuinely don't. When I got arrested, I got arrested because of this motherfucker.
Can you please?
So listen. I don't know if a lot of people know the story, but we went to the West Side where she's so locked in there, right? Oh, we're gonna go to Central and Madison because those my peoples over there. Oh yeah, I'm so locked in with the West Side. No, you're not. These niggas are about to kill us wearing MAGA hats over. These niggas are trying to kill us though. It's like I'm thinking you locked in over here, right? So then,
wait a minute, Rashad. Stop for what?
What I do?
Oh my God! Because I can imagine it. I'm sitting in my head, Rashad.
I'm sorry. What happened?
Okay, what'd you say? Okay, be quiet.
Talking about I'm cool on the West Side. And I'm like, okay, P. Rae, so we ain't got nothing to worry about, right? No, we don't. I'm like, all right. So then we having a little, you know what I'm saying, West Side Riley's in third. 3 Negroes basically come over there messing with us. You know what I'm saying? Oh, y'all can't be over there with that Trump shit. Move with this Trump shit. And they about to basically whoop our ass. I'm like, bro, take one more step. It's not going to end well for you, bro. And then he like, what you going to do? What you going to do? And he basically, like, he tried to, like, basically antagonize us. And I was standing right next to P. Ray. And this dude basically tried to punch P. Ray. I'm like, oh, nah. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do that. I don't care if it was P. Ray. I don't care if it was Ms. Martin.
Right.
If it was any woman there, I'm not about to let no damn 6'1" basically beluga attack a woman, bro. And then the police was doing absolutely nothing. They're watching all this transpire. When I got arrested, they let me out less than 3 hours. Self-defense. I ain't have a case. I didn't have to go to court. I didn't have to pay no fee. The police said I could have legally killed those 3 guys. Shot and killed them. That's what I'm saying. You can go play with somebody else, bro, but I'm from Eagle. I will put a hole in your ass, bro. Literally. Like, none of this shit is more important than getting back home to my family. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's either you or me at this point. So I'm like, bro, I hate to admit this, but I used to be in the streets. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm not finna play with you, bro. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know nothing about the West Side. I ain't never been over here. Y'all honestly goofies to me. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm from the South, bro. Like, we really do shit over there, you know? So what y'all saying ain't got nothing to do. And then they almost died over this shit. So P. Ray, you almost got 3 people killed. And then when I was in the jail cell, she didn't even come defend me. Mr. Dennis was talking to these people. Mr. Dennis is the one that helped me get out. Mr. Dennis talked to
not the executive director.
And Osiris, he was there too.
No, founder. What is she to it?
She went out there. Look,
what is she? Is she executive director?
She the president. P. Ray is the president. P. Ray is the president. Yeah.
Yeah. No, not the president. The president didn't come out there.
Right. So I'm locked up, right, because of your ass, because you want to start shit with 3 bombs, basically. So I'm basically in a jail cell for you. But look, I'm not like, I ain't get a mugshot or nothing like that. But she out here arguing with some white man, arguing with some white dude. I'm in jail, like, bitch. What the fuck are you doing? Like, come get me out of jail. You feel me? Mr. Dennis have to come help me. You sitting over here arguing with people. What are you doing? I'm locked up because of you. Even when it comes down to Danny was actually there at the next what's it called when it came to the airport. Danny was over there when I hear P. Ray help, the same help at City Hall. The same workers as help.
So this was at the airport. This was at the airport.
This was she the one going around starting stuff. She the real stuff starter.
But this was after the inauguration ended. Y'all was going home.
Yes.
We on our way home. If I would have knocked this nigga out in the airport, I probably wouldn't even have made it home. She probably wouldn't. She would have got on that plane and left me in DC.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And that's not. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, and the people was telling P. Ray, calm him down. She said, nope, because that's what he should be doing. That's what he should be doing. She was proud of that. And then if he had went to jail, she would have left him hanging right in DC.
Wow.
Like
yep.
And what took that flight?
Wow. So she condoned the man hitting me, Paul McKinley hitting me.
Right.
Yeah.
But she didn't condone the man hitting her.
You talking about justice for Paul? You mean, what about justice for the Chicago conservative? I got locked up for your ass. You talking about justice for Paul? I'm your vice president. You never fought this hard for me. You feel what I'm saying? You never made one post about me.
Because Paul McKinley said, if you don't fix this shit, because you told me something like he thought we was a bunch of goofy bitches. He did. And Monday. And last Monday, he fucked around and found out. Yeah,
he didn't know us. We didn't know him. We never talked to that man a day in our life. I never even saw him. So yeah, but then like you said, when we think about all this, how everything got started, she's the P. Ray is the one. She's the one.
So she told this dude, because in his thing was like, hell no, they can't be in here because of all the stuff that she said. Instead of him saying, hey, y'all, like, even if he would have probably came at us and said, look, I ain't even gonna, I really don't know y'all, y'all be at the Rainbow Push thing. And, I put this together. I did because it is a shelter shit, but I ain't gonna hold you. P. Rae coming and she done said a lot of shit, and I don't want no shit to be started in here and stuff like that. And I don't want no, and we would have left because I already know it would have been an issue because we do not fuck with P. Rae. So if he would have said that, then yeah, we literally that Monday. We get this. I got this twice. This text message. That Wednesday we had a press conference.
Hey, Fuqua, put that up for me. Put that up what Fuqua said. Because there you go. Because I was the one she tagged when she was getting into it with Fuqua. Oh, I have men to defend me. And remember, Fuqua was saying, I'm still waiting on these men. And I'm like, shit, I'm waiting too. Because who the hell? You feel what I'm saying? Like, who the hell? I got a wife. I'm not finna.
Right.
Like, who the hell is you? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, why am I getting tagged and all this stuff on X? I see P. Rae and Fuqua going back and forth, and this, that, and third. And she's talking about, I'm done with this. I got men to handle you. Talk to, and she at me on X, stuff like that. And I'm looking at this shit like, who the hell does this lady think she is? What do you think?
Can put me in this.
All right. You ain't gonna put me in
But you said that. You said, Bershon, you said that, Zoe, because she always get into it with everybody on X.
She's the victim. She's a victim villain. A victim villain.
Basically, everybody hurting her. Oh,
yeah,
always after me. Oh, hell.
Yeah, she's a victim. If I was a dude, I would never be in a room by myself with her.
No, ever.
Never. I would never be nowhere near, never with her. She dangerous. That's a dangerous woman.
Yeah, because you said that, Zoe. You said, you know what? You said, Rashawn ain't doing it because you know what? Rashawn ain't getting it to that. You said he got a wife.
Yeah, he got a whole family.
You said he got a whole family.
There ain't nobody. First of all, for what?
Yeah.
For what? For literally what? Because you've made up a crazy ass story because you are a pathological. But you need to be examined. You have a mental illness. I'm concerned. I'm concerned that she's out here talking to people. She dead ass need to be checked out.
She needs therapy, y'all. No,
she's a liar. She mental. She belongs on Lifetime.
Yeah.
She spam she crashed every time somebody talk about her when it's right. She spams. When I say spam, y'all seen the text message, she will spam you. I have to.
Somebody said they attended a P. Rae event that cost $30. Instead, her credit card was charged $3,000.
What? Oh no!
And they said another woman too.
Osiris, Natasha.
She said I confronted her and it was resolved. It was all suspicious.
Y'all get up out of there.
Antennas were up.
Wow.
That lady is a scammer, boy.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, but you got any last? You want me to go first? You can go first for the last words. Dan.
No, it's y'all go ahead.
No, I don't have no. I just wanted to.
You got anything else to say?
I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna let them because I want them to. I wanted them to.
Okay, well, let me say. Okay, so y'all gonna end. Let me just say what I'll say, then Danny, and then you guys, and then we're gonna end.
Okay.
Okay.
My last words is that Patricia Easley, I would like you to leave this alone. And the reason why I'm asking you to leave this alone, because I'm done after this. I've never wanted to get involved in this, even when Miss Jackson had called you. I wish that when Miss Jackson called you and tried to talk to you without her having to do this on the mic that time to switch. This is Chicago Red, this Chicago Fit Red. I wish you would have been mature and understood what she was trying to say, but you did not. I never wanted Miss Jackson to call you though, because at the end of the day, people were going to realize who Chicago Fit Red was and who Chicago Red was. But in the end goal, I wish that we all could have got along, because since day one, I have always tried to collaborate with anybody that wanted to make Chicago great. That's just period, and that's what it is. But I would like you to stop lying. Patricia, you were not here. You were late like you always are. You're never on time anyway.
Late.
If you probably would have been on time.
It's late.
Yeah, like you can't, like I said, you mentally ill. So you can't be on time. But if you were on time, you probably this probably would have all been avoided, because as soon as I would have seen you, I would have turned directly around. Directly around. Okay? But we seen you afterwards. Paul McKinley, you were wrong, but you need to talk to whoever, Beverly, you need to talk to P. Rae, because it's making you look even crazier with these people out here making a whole lie because they're listening to another person who has mental issues, which is Jackie Page. Jackie is off. And the guy who does Dan Bolin, who does Recall This Fall, I really advise him to get away from you as well, because I'm not doing nothing with you, Mr. Bolin, if you're going to have Jackie Page around, because Jackie Page is the one who's creating this narrative. What happened in there? She knows exactly what happened in there. Matter of fact, you can hear her in the video saying, "Please don't hit them. Please don't hit them."
I heard that.
That is Jackie. That's Jackie Page. That's Jackie Page. In there, and she's off, and she's absolutely insane. She keeps saying that we're getting paid. I don't know where they're getting paid. The only people who's getting paid are the people that Paul, P. Rae. I don't even know if Beverly is or any of that stuff. But I don't even know if Paul is. Allegedly, they say it's a $5 million contract, but for sure, Patricia got her money. Got what she wanted. Yeah, so we'll say Patricia.
Money.
Yeah, she's got Patricia. But Paul, I really advise you as a man, and let this die down. Stop letting them go around tell this weird lie scenario. You know what happened. You knew, and you were wrong. You could have had a conversation with us like normal human beings. And you were not gonna give, like Danny said, we weren't gonna be too many bitches. Especially when I stopped talking to you. I told you one time, get the fuck out of my face, and I went and sat down because you didn't invite me. Duchess or Godiva or whatever y'all call her, she invited me, and I got all that, and I sat down, and you kept going, and had that person next, whoever that guy was, the same, going. And Danielle was trying to be reasonable. Okay, she was trying, because you told them police that we were coming there to protest. And clearly you don't know our mission, because if you know our mission, you know that we are anti for these shelters.
Right. So
why would we be in there protesting about another shelter that is in Bronzeville? This shelter in Bronzeville. So we got Bronzeville, Hyde Park. I heard there's a whole nother shelter. I got to get the address to the other shelter that's on the south side, that they said that the state just paid for the money, and that's going to be there until 2026 or 2027. So that, we literally are following the money. Like, we literally are following the money and literally trying to get the feds here. So that, right, what you did, Paul, you were wrong. You should never hit a woman. You wouldn't want nobody to hit your daughter. You wouldn't want nobody to hit your wife.
Exactly.
So you can't sit here and say that we were coming. The lie is that we came in there throwing chairs. We came in there cursing them out and stuff in a public library, in a public fucking library. No, we did not. And as far as that King library, I know them cameras work. And I've reached out to our attorney, and she is going to get that footage. So if y'all want to take it somewhere else and get them charges, get upgraded to a felony, because that's what they need to be, they will be. All right? And get his mugshot out here. They're still not out here.
Okay.
Okay? So I really advise y'all to let it go. And Paul, you need to P-Rae, you cannot lie your way out of this. It's over. It's done. There's nothing that you can say. And Beverly Miles, if I were you, I really would distance yourself from her. She is not your friend. She doesn't have your best interest. And we've had these conversations already. She does not care about you, Beverly Miles. And she got you out here looking crazy at almost 60 years old. You're not, and my thing is, I filed my police report against you too. So you can play them games with me if you want to, but the police report have been filed. I don't have time to be fighting with y'all because y'all have sold yourselves out and y'all don't want the whole Chicago to know. No one respects neither one of y'all. So together, y'all are one big piece of turd that people do not respect. And y'all make the West Side look real bad when I know that it's some good West Side people out there. Shout out to Miss Carter. Shout out to, like I said, I fuck with Mark Carter. Shout out, there's some good people that's over on the West Side. Shout out to Melanie and her guy. There are good guys, people that are out there on the West Side, and you are embarrassing the West Side as a whole.
Okay, I just want to say, right. They're making it worse for this Paul situation. There really is. They really is, because they're going out there, and now that they try to create this narrative, now if we don't get those cameras to that library, because at first they told us, before they knew I even had my footage, they told us that he want to just squash it. He want to leave it alone. When I said no, he attacked me first. He attacked all this. When I said no, when I refused to let it go, then they said, well, I said, look at the cameras, and that's it. I'm not saying nothing else. Go look at those cameras, because I want him arrested. And they was trying to not do it. And so the police officer went out and he came back in. Well, they said won't be no sound on the cameras. It ain't no sound on the camera. I said, I don't care. You will be able to see us walk in. You'll be able to see him flat over there. You might can't hear him, but you will be able to see him. All this, you'll be able to see us walk in, sit down. So I don't care about no sound. You're gonna be able to see everything with the cameras. Y'all, why then after that? Now this before everybody even knew I had the footage. The cameras don't work. I said, what? And Zoe said, no, you talking about these cameras right here? They said they don't work.
Not in this public library.
Yeah, she said, not in this public library.
But King Drive.
Yeah, by this time, but Zoe had already called my husband, because she like, you attacked this. Her husband needs to know, because he could come here and be with his wife, because this man attacked his wife. So then now my husband was
like closed fist. He was like closed fist.
He was fighting me. Yeah. So my husband came. He just came and just by me. He said he talked to let him know what y'all gonna do. He just stood there just waiting. Now the sergeant came in, and this is how. Now whatever that lady's name is, because I don't know none of them. She never said, when they talked to her, she never said anything about they came there cussing. Never said none of that. The lady who the sergeant interviewed, he had the body cam on. She told I invited them. When they came in, he was cussing them out words I can't say because I'm a Christian. He was saying these words. I kept trying to tell him that I invited them. They came over, and then he assaulted her first. And the sergeant said, "You mean to tell me he assaulted them first?" She said, "Yeah." And I said, "Are you getting this?" I said, because I didn't see the sergeant writing it down. I said, you writing this down, right? He said, "Well, my body cam." So he got the body cam footage of her telling the whole story. And Zoe told him no. She was trying to say I put it out here. I want the public to come, so I put it out in public and all that. So said no. Let them know I got a special invite. Here go the text. She said, yeah, I did text Zoe and tell her to come up here because I wanted them because they're for the they're fighting against this. You all, so that's all on body cam. Her saying that now because, and I'm so glad I had that. So the thing was, when I showed them my footage, they had to arrest. There was no other way. They could not do it. So that's when y'all saw the arrest. Now what I'm going to do now, if I don't get those cameras, if I don't get that footage, because now, like Zoe said, no, y'all want to create this narrative. We ain't gonna do that. I want that footage because now that's gonna really make him look bad. Because now it's gonna make him looking like he coming to women trying to. That's why they didn't want that out there because it's gonna really be bad. They didn't know, even though I had mine. So now that's what we're going after that footage. Because how you gonna be a library, a public library, and you don't have and your camera's not working?
Yeah, them cameras work.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
just
So
wasn't
now,
working for
I've
Johnson
asked
Johnson.
them. So they're making it real bad for him because now he could have just, you know what I'm saying, and say, I want to give an apology to whatever. But now they're making it real because now they're trying to push this narrative. I'm not gonna let you do that because I want justice. I want him gone. So now since you're doing that, I want those cameras because now I'm going after that footage because that's gonna tell everything. So no. Keep playing with us because our lawyers already said no. So you can keep playing all you want to. Leave us alone. That's all I'm saying. P. Rae, I tried to help you. I wanted us to come together. I still never had nothing bad to say about you until you started attacking me. And even when you X attacking me, I still tried to use Jesus with you and say, well, Jesus, I still tried to be the bigger person. And I didn't even know why you was attacking me. But I still tried to be the bigger person. And you would not stop. You would not stop. You would not stop because you're envious in your heart because you are a demon. And now this is where we at. And after this, you all, we're going to continue making Chicago red. I don't care what demon, how much money they got, how they selling out. We got our Almighty Jesus on our side, and we're going to make this happen. And I'm done.
Yes.
Now, y'all.
So, go ahead.
Do you want the last word, Ms. Vanita? Or?
I mean, you can do the last word. Are you all still hearing sounds from over here?
Yeah, but only when you're talking, no. But when somebody else is talking, yeah.
I got you. I don't know. I don't have no clue what that is. I got all my other devices actually turned off. But anyway, I would just say right now, P. Rae's leadership is not leadership for anyone that is following Jesus Christ, anyone that is independent, Republican, or conservative, because she's a Democrat. That's just the bottom line. Everything that she does points and leads to the Democratic Party. So if you trying to flip Chicago red, then you don't need to be with Chicago red because it's really not red. It really is blue. And I'm disappointed. You know, my time was wasted. But I mean, it's some good happening in it too. But I'm disappointed in the experience because I thought we were about to do some great things in the city of Chicago, which is so needed. It's so needed. You need to be with somebody that's serious, that's not going to waste your time. So those that are still with Chicago Flips Red, with Chicago Red, you need to come with Chicago Flips Red or another organization that is serious about making Chicago red and demonstrating the conservative values, Republican values that's needed to support our economy here in Chicago. That's pretty much what I want to say. You need to leave Chicago red because they're not trying to do anything with making Chicago red. And you need to listen to what you hear, look at what you see and what you read and believe it. Do opposite of what P. Rae told you to do. Believe what you reading, believe what you're hearing, and believe what you're seeing because these are hard facts. We have receipts about what we're saying.
Absolutely. First thing I just want to say is I do not. Now, I might come off as like, a misogynist to some people, some stuff like that, but I will never, ever condone a man putting their hands on a woman. And that's precisely what Paul McKinley did. And it's on camera, so it's undeniable. P. Rae to go on the internet and say justice for Paul after it has been documented that he has assaulted a woman on camera. It's just absolutely insane. Now, because Chicago Red is majority women. If you guys support a woman who supports a woman beater, then that's pretty hypocritical of you, if I might say. When it comes to threatening our jobs, guys, one thing I do not play about is my money. Okay. Now, you sitting up here saying, oh, if you do this famous Friday with them, then we're gonna basically threaten your job. We're gonna call your jobs and we're gonna get you fired because you guys voted for Trump. Like, okay, go ahead and try. My job knows I'm Trump to the bone. A majority of my coworkers and my supervisors support Trump. So you're not gonna get anywhere with that, clown. Good try though. You feel what I'm saying? When it comes to Brandon Johnson, this lady said that Brandon Johnson has already won re-election. That already should tell you that she is with Brandon Johnson. She is with Brandon Johnson. And when it came to the evidence you guys just told me about this statue, she's definitely with Brandon Johnson. It's undeniable. If you are working with P. Rae, you're working with Brandon Johnson, which ultimately means you're Chicago Blue now. You're not Chicago Red anymore. You're Chicago Blue. Okay? When it comes to Danny Davis and Emma Mitz, Danny Davis has never done anything for the west side of Chicago. You praise this man like he's God when he's shit. He's never done anything. You praise Emma Mitz. Oh, that's my alderman. This lady was the same lady that voted on the $40 million credit line. All of this financial loan stuff that they're voting on, this is hurting the next generation. The kids who ain't even born yet are already in debt in Chicago. If they're going to live in Chicago for the next 20, 30 years, kids that aren't even born yet are in debt. Do you guys understand that? That means they're in debt and they're not even born. That's sad when you think about it. You know what I'm saying? And for you to support Emma Mitz and all these people that's basically ruining Chicago. Brandon Johnson is ruining Chicago. Ruining it though. He already came out and said he does not care about the American citizens that live in Chicago. He cares about illegal migrants. Yeah, he already spent half $500,000 on them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sorry, I might be wrong about that. It might be a little bit more than that.
You said $500,000? Yeah. $500,000.
$500 million. I'm sorry. I knew I was.
We're going about $3 billion, but the news is saying about that. But we had billions.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is just horrible that P. Rae has manipulated every single person that was in Chicago Red, including me, ladies and gentlemen, because she manipulated me too. I just seen the MAGA hat and I seen that she was with Trump. And I'm like, okay, I'm thinking she's a Republican. She has conservative values. You know, she's done with all like the violence and crime that's going on, but clearly she's not because she supports teen takeovers. That's another problem with her. X-drama. You're always on the internet fucking with people. Leave people alone. Leave them alone. What are you doing? You have your own life to worry about. I don't know if you got a job or not, but you act like you ain't got a job. You need to go find something to do. Seriously. When it comes down to demanding $150 from everybody in the group before we go on a trip, she is a communist. Those are communist actions. And then if we didn't give her the money, we couldn't go. You feel what I'm saying? Like, this lady always thought she was better than everybody. Oh, I'm Michael and y'all T. Y'all are Tito to her. But she finna be Michael for real. Because Michael's not himself. So now you finna be Michael Jackson for real. Because now everybody finna leave. Now you finna be by yourself looking stupid and pissy. You feel what I'm saying? So now, when it comes to the lying, you lie about every single thing. Like, honestly, if I was y'all, I wouldn't trust a word that comes out of P. Rae mouth. I wouldn't trust a word that comes out of her mouth. She lies about every single thing, ladies and gentlemen. She isn't even credible anymore. She's not even credible when it comes to Tiffany Henyard. Why would you want us to support a Duracell battery that's literally ruining Dalton. Why would you want us to do that? That doesn't make sense. You're ruining your own name. You feel what I'm saying? Snubbing all of the people that's in our group. Oh, I have media opportunities for everyone. The only she must have a clone somewhere. You know what I'm saying? The only person that's been getting media opportunities is you. There was a documentary that never aired, by the way, that Mr. Dennis, Miss Marjorie, Osiris, I forget the other people that was supposed to be in.
I think Natasha was in there too.
And I think Miss Natasha, yeah. She cut everybody out except her and another random guy. You put your group last. She put you people last. She does not care about you. When it comes down to, and then this is another big one. She's very insecure, ladies and gentlemen. She's never going to admit it. But P. Rae, like you said, Zoe, something's wrong with her. Like mentally, though, like she will go like to the utmost extreme to ruin somebody's name, reputation, image for no reason, though. For absolutely just because she's jealous. It's just spiteful behavior. That's a demon. Demon. Okay.
When is her birthday?
I don't know. I'm not a big zodiac person, but if it was a sign, it would be the shit emoji, in my opinion. But like, I'm just gonna wrap this up by saying this. I gave my all to Chicago-Red. Ms. Benita gave her all Chicago. We put money, time. I got kids, bro. Like I'm taking time away from my kids. I'm taking time off of my job. And for you to sit up here and say, "Oh, you was this and you was that, and you're a liar, and you manipulated Miss Benita into leaving the group." Did I manipulate you, Miss Benita? Since you're here?
No. If anything, you helped me. You helped me because I saw what you were saying was true. I saw what Zoe and Danny was saying was true. Like, this is real hard facts. And I'm not gonna close my eyes to hard facts in front of my face. I have a right to use my brain.
And for the people that still with Chicago-Red, this ain't got nothing to do with y'all. This is strictly P. Rae, guys. Now, Osiris, you know P. Rae does not think you're qualified to be the executive director. She said this in text message, bro. She doesn't want you in the group. All she wants is people that's going to say, yes, P. Rae. Yes, P. Rae. We'll do everything you say, P. Rae. You know what I'm saying? That's just how she works. She's a dictator, communist, Marxist weirdo, socialist weirdo. I don't know. But it's like, guys, I'm highly I'm just hoping you guys just please leave this group, because nothing's gonna come good out of this. She's not gonna flip this city. She's not gonna help flip the city red. She's not going to do it. What Zoe is doing and what Danny is doing, this is real push. This is a real movement over here. And P. Rae is jealous because this is what, and honestly, I don't even know if this is what she wanted now, because me personally, I don't think she was never a Republican. But she sees that, okay, these people are really for turning Chicago red. You know what I'm saying? What she was doing, that was just to get Brandon Johnson attention. You know what I'm saying? So she can get what she wants. But now that she got what she wanted, she's back to square one. All of this Chicago red.
Right there. That is it. And see, the thing is, I told these people down there, Brandon Johnson, Maurice, all this Jason Leigh, all that trash ass administration that he got around him. I said, let me tell you something. If I will take it to hell, I will take it to hell if y'all don't settle my family's case, and if y'all don't stop displacing our seniors. I was not playing. Like it was like, if y'all don't settle my case, then I'm gonna get up in there and settle my own case. Like this was like, it was war. Like y'all literally do not. Y'all is selling out the community, and y'all is on this news, on this fake news, telling people that Trump is a threat. Right. What? And they all think of like it's a democratic mind. Yeah, and like you say, Danny, it's their policies. ain't shit. They're never and that I'm saying, like, that's why it was so monumental and so historical for Chicago and Cook County to shift the way they shifted when it came to this election. And they knew that, oh, it's cool. It's cool. Kamala gonna get in there. Niggas is that stupid. Niggas that stupid. They gonna say shit. That's a black woman. We gonna make, because they have a they have, like, it's a weird fetish that the Democratic Party has about being the first for something. Now they could be shit. They could be trash. But as long as the first black man, the first this, the first LGBTQ, the first that, the first this, it's not about if they can qualify. It's like who can do the first this, the first that, and it's been ruining our fucking communities, especially the most vulnerable, and the most vulnerable has always been us.
Mm-hmm.
So
they fearmonger. They use trigger words like racist and Hitler, and I don't even know what Hitler has to do with black people. So I don't even know what the hell that's
right.
They said Trump was
they're
Hitler.
just saying anything.
So it's like
Anything. First black woman to wash greens in the bathtub. Anything.
And
not
she's
even black.
Hindu. She Hindu.
Right.
The first Hindu to do it, you could say. But y'all literally thought, let me tell you how disrespectful. This is how I know that anybody that votes Democrat is slow. Especially after what we witnessed. They had all them people come up, all them black people go to Howard University, wait for her to come out. She did not come out.
never.
Wow. Yep.
And so people always say, well, Trump didn't come out too. Y'all cheated Trump. Y'all know for sure he had Georgia. Just like, y'all, now I will sit here and say, Chicago turned red. I don't give a fuck what nobody says.
Yeah. That's
Chicago turned red. But they cheat here. They're cheaters. So now that we have a chance, because this is real Chicago, and I'm talking to everybody that wants to see this change. It's not about a Trump on the federal level. Y'all got to leave the federal level alone. Let the federal people do the federal shit. I'm talking about right here, boots on the ground. Right here in Chicago, our property taxes, our fines that's going up. I'm seeing boots everywhere now. Everywhere you go outside, it's a boot. It's something crazy. They got 50 new speed cameras that they have put in our communities to get we have to get these people out of office, and we have to put some conservative Republicans in office.
Yes.
There's nothing else to discuss. Don't come to me and say we need to go independent. You guys can't even make up your mind when it comes to any. There's a video out here of this man slapping the phone out of Danny's hand, and y'all still asking, well, what really happened there? What the fuck?
Yeah.
So how can we go
under a spell?
Under a spell, yeah. So So the idiots that want to believe their own, anybody that still rocks with P. Rae, those the people you talk. That's the people that we're talking about. People who think like that, who have to always side eye something. It's either you just never like that person, because there's just some people that's just never gonna like us, regardless of what we do. Like Trump said, I can give y'all the cure to cancer tomorrow. Y'all still gonna have a problem with me. Majority of people that don't like Trump is they jealous because he a billionaire. That's it. They jealous because
they didn't win in the office. He won and they didn't win. A lot of them
and he got the people beside him. He changed the narrative of politics. And they don't want to give that to him. But let me tell you something. If he did not get in office that first time, we probably would have been gone when Hillary got in. It would have been over.
Hillary.
Yeah, it probably would. Hillary, it would have probably been done. But
Murderer.
Mark, yeah, it would definitely would have been. But nobody, I wasn't awake. I didn't know.
Yeah,
You
me
understand?
neither.
I would have never known any of
Me,
that.
yeah.
You know, so but he made people start paying attention to TV, the news.
Yeah.
I said, what this? You be ready for what this nigga Trump gonna say today? You understand?
Mhm.
Like
I
that, you
know,
know?
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
But
no filters, no
Yeah.
filters. She's
no
straight from the hip,
filters.
straight
But
from
Yeah.
the hip.
and that was it. But that was God.
Yeah.
Letting
Oh
Yeah.
us
yeah,
start
absolutely.
understanding politics. Y'all gotta start understanding politics, black people.
Yeah.
Y'all can't
Absolutely.
continue to just let these people continue to lie to you and put a black face in your TV and smile and wave and give another accolade that doesn't have anything to do with why our communities are fucked up.
Right.
So yeah, so like it was just time, and we woke up, and the real ones gonna come together. Like-minded people gonna come together. People who want to have a better future want to come together because it's all different age groups on here right now. It's
Mm-hmm.
all different people from all different walks of life, but we all want one thing, and that is to make Chicago great.
Mm-hmm. And I
So
just want to
yeah.
I just want to say, you all, I love you all. You all are our family. You know, I love y'all. And you all are we're welcome. You see what I'm saying? We're gonna be doing things together because we are like, though we knew that you all were sincere. You just didn't. You all, we knew who was behind all of this. So we're gonna
I was
make
just
sure.
waiting.
Yeah, Joe said, I'm just gonna wait because I know it's just a matter of time. So we welcome you all. We are so appreciative to you all because everything that you all contribute to help. So far, we did far as getting Trump in office. You all had a big part, like you said, for Sean, when you spoke and yours went viral, everybody's retweeting that, and we were like, why she never did try to push you, never, and they were asking, who was that gentleman? Who was this gentleman? Never tried to push you, never tried to get you, because get you because you have a great mind. You really want to make change. Never tried to do that. And we said that because Zoe said, man, I really like Bashan. He really, talking that stuff. He really about this life, but never cared to, she said he got good people. So we welcome you all. We're going to be doing everything like outreach things together. We're going to be doing things because it's going to take everybody, all hands on deck to get us to flip this red. It's gonna take all of us. We're gonna call out the BS. We're gonna call out the cancers, and we're gonna keep moving. After this, look, y'all, we're tunnel vision. We have a mission, and we're clear what our mission is, and we're gonna go forward. Okay, we're
Yeah.
gonna go forward. I
And
love
I
y'all.
would like to say
Awesome.
this.
Thank you. Thank
I
you.
would like to
guys,
ask
yeah.
Rashawn this right now.
Oh my goodness. I think I know the question. Go ahead.
What you gonna ask? What you gonna?
I would like you to co-host Famous Friday with us when we start attacking the rest of these politicians.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I love
because you
doing
know this shit like I know this shit too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And that is, we gotta keep the information out here because that was the main goal of when Miss Jackson put Famous Friday together.
Mhm.
We have got sidetracked because you've got roaches. See, P. Rae is a roach. So we had to go in and sometimes it's the second time. But let me tell you, this is the it. I've decided, me and we told you this too, Rashawn. We are, after this, I'm gonna go get the links from your page.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
The P. Rae link that we did, the Famous Friday, this link. I'm gonna have Ramona write something, and then that's it. If you guys have any questions about her or Chicago Red, please see these links. We are done talking about them. And if they pull up or try to intimidate me in any type of way, the police will be called. Matter of fact, the police be anywhere I be anyway, so I'm not even tripping. Okay, but the police will be called, and you will be going to jail. So pull up anywhere that I'm at. you're
We're
going to
gonna have
jail.
that report with us. We're gonna
Yeah,
have
we're gonna
our
have that report with us. Y'all are
so
going to jail. Y'all are going to prison. Don't play with me. Y'all, you might as well get fined and tell Maurice, tell Kennedy, tell Annette Gould, whoever the fuck, tell his wife, tell them kids, tell whoever you want that at the end of the day, leave me alone or tell him to settle my case. Settle my cases. I got 5 cases. And tell him to answer the last my lawyer said that City of Chicago has yet to answer the service for this First Amendment speech. I know y'all ain't got no money over there, but you better use that $830 million that you keep promising these people contracts, and either bring my mother a bag of money, like I've been saying every time, bring my mother a bag of money, tell Mary Richardson Lowry to use the government money, but settle my case.
And if any retaliation, you all, we got a great lawyer. Make sure y'all keep the
Miss
keep
Leroy.
y'all.
Shout out to Miss Leroy.
Yeah, keep y'all stuff. You
Keep
know what
your
I'm saying?
stuff. Yeah,
And
I wish you would.
we will sue we will for retaliation and everything, because this is what so y'all make sure, because we're not playing no games with nobody. They're not gonna use the Democrat tactics, no. So anything then, everybody's gonna be in trouble. We're not playing with nobody.
Everybody, because we have things to do. Like there's straight political. I'm breaking this machine before this baby machine that's coming in. The old machine is dying out, so the baby machine is coming in, and the Latinos is trying to take that over. They're trying to take over Chicago, and it's not going to happen.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. I like that. Yes,
absolutely not.
That's that piece, y'all. All hands on deck. And when I say all hands on deck, everybody, all hands on deck. And like I said, we don't all have to like each other. We must move as a unit. And that's the problem with Black America.
There you go, man. That's what the fuck I'm talking about.
Unity is inevitable right now. Unity is a necessity. It's required right now. We got to unify by no means necessary. We got to put all differences aside right now.
Seriously.
Yeah.
We gotta agree to disagree.
We all cousins.
No.
Yeah. Right. So, but no, P. Ray's not my cousin.
No, that ain't no.
Yeah, no. All right. So,
like that's a skin folk that ain't a kin folk. So
no.
That's
a demon.
Just like how she silently walked past me in the alley, you better silently go for. Don't come outside. You coming outside for what? You are
silently go keep meeting Brandon Johnson.
You are one big
every mirror known to man, basically.
Yeah, you one big scam.
Right.
So look to my white brothers and sisters, because I know y'all been saying, she been and y'all saying that y'all been paying us and that y'all racist white Republicans that's doing this. To my brothers and sisters,
right.
We love y'all. Look, we know you wasn't. We know you wasn't. We always knew that when you all on X, when she was trying to call y'all saying that it's you all's fault because y'all the white racists that's paying us, and y'all the white racist Republican. Listen, we got your back. We got y'all. My MAGA fella, we got y'all.
I got another challenge. Somebody said in 5 years, Hispanics will outnumber the blacks. Yes. How much you bet they'll be going home? How much you bet? How much you bet they'll be going back home? Going home. It won't be that many.
EP1 app.
Yeah.
So might as well get it when you can.
Yeah.
So we are united. Look, we're united together, and I love all my brothers and sisters. Look, black, white, whatever, Hispanic.
Yeah. America first. America first,
y'all. Yes.
America first.
The respect,
all hands on deck.
And the ones who respect us. And when I say respect us, respect the freedmen of this country.
Exactly.
That's what it is. Just give us our respect. We don't bother nobody. Real talk. And we have 13th, 14th, 15th Amendment. The criminals that need to go to prison, they go to prison. Them teen takeovers, y'all niggas is going to prison. Y'all going to jail.
Absolutely.
Okay, so if y'all can't go in peace, y'all want to beat up people and shoot at people and steal and do all crazy stuff instead of just enjoying the beautiful downtown. Y'all going to jail.
Y'all gonna be
However,
held
we
accountable.
also going to get y'all money to get some more community stuff put in our communities, because we also know that's an issue too, because these niggas are stealing it. So we're gonna find that balance, but y'all have to stop going downtown and being reckless.
Mm-hmm.
And majority of them are minors, so their parents basically got
Gotta be
Yeah.
held accountable. Yep, held accountable. But we can't change nothing, y'all, if we keep putting the same people in office. This is your Democrat policies. I keep saying they can put another face up there, but the policies are going to be their policies, because this is who they are.
Yeah.
So y'all, whatever. Look, if you put another Democrat in Chicago or Cook County, do not expect anything to change, because I don't care what they're talking about. They can't go against their policy.
Can't go against
There
it.
you go.
Can't
There you go.
They can't go against it, because if they try to go against it, just like Eric Adams, when he tried to go against because he knew it was destroying New York, but he tried to talk up, because he did try.
Mm-hmm.
What they do, they put charges on you, so they can't go against the party. If they're different, they cannot go against it, y'all. So they might have good intentions, but they can't go against the party, or they're going to get charges on them. They're going to get. So if you put another Democrat in these places, expect to get the same thing, because they can't go, and they're not going to go to jail for you. So they're gonna stick with it. So they might come out talking good, but they can't. At the end of the day,
if they were, let me tell you something. If any of them Democrats had power down there at 121 North and South Street, they would have been got me out the way. They would have been settled that case. They can't. So whoever it is, which I think is Daley, his old ass is still running tricks like he sold fucking half of our parking, our streets to Dubai until 2083, and it just continues to get worse and worse. But y'all put not y'all, because y'all didn't vote for him. Y'all put the worst nigga up in there now. It don't get no worse than a corrupt preacher's kid.
And West Side, we got y'all. We love y'all. Look, we fighting for West Side, South Side, West Side. We got y'all. So we know she done sold y'all out. We know she don't care about y'all. We know that. We got y'all.
Mm-hmm.
We got y'all. We making change for everybody. West Side, we got y'all, because we love y'all too.
All that stuff.
West Side, South Side, North Side, East Side.
Yes, and them team takeovers. I do believe that they're just like how these Palestinian protests are being paid. Them team takeovers being paid too. They paying them kids to go down there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Somebody told me
Brandon Johnson.
Brandon
Johnson.
They pay
that.
He defended them. So
yeah,
I wouldn't put it across. Yeah.
All right, y'all. Well, we did 3
thank
hours.
You guys. Thank you guys for having me on Famous Friday. I never thought I'd be on Famous Friday doing this with y'all, but I appreciate it. It was really fun.
See how God worked with Sean. He putting his people. I keep telling y'all, this divine intervention.
Yeah.
I keep telling you.
Yes. Thank you all for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Ms. Nita, for coming.
You're very welcome.
I appreciate everything that you guys have done. You know, just a little bit of time, and you coming to donate time, helping with the popcorn thing, because we had no idea how to do that popcorn thing. Thank you for Sean for doing the street, doing the street interviews. I want to do more of them, because we do need to do those, and because we gotta keep these people engaged so they can understand what's going on top of being and bringing the facts. And we are going to close this chapter.
Yes.
This chapter with Patricia is closed. I wish her well with whatever she's got going on with her life. But I'm not talking about her no more.
Me neither. And I'm glad because even before she put her in this situation with Paul McKinley, nobody was talking about P. Ray. I promise you they wasn't. So after she threatened our jobs, that's when we felt like we had to come speak out against this.
Yes, yes.
So other than that, I ain't got really nothing to say about P. Rae. But everybody that's in Chicago Red, the ones that's genuine, like Osiris and Miss Natasha and Beverly and whatnot, and Miss War Drummer, guys, I love you guys. You guys already know. You know, when I was with the organization, I was giving you guys everything I had, and I just see what P. Rae has been doing, you know what I'm saying, throughout all this time. It's just not good for the organization. Like for any of y'all, though, not just her, but she's making all y'all look bad.
Yeah, she literally, like, if y'all go to that thing tomorrow,
it's yeah.
Like, yeah,
that's Brandon Johnson. That's him. Y'all,
like,
look.
that's
It's not a good look. It's not a good look because
he is nobody to be like. When people keep talking about solidarity, he's not it. Like, that nigga's an op. That is ruining the city. Like, there's no talking. Like, I don't care what this clown lion. This man is a liar. He grew up with a lion father. He's a liar. He's not gonna help y'all with anything. Y'all aren't gonna get anything that y'all think y'all are gonna get. Yeah. Nothing at all. He can't. He's a puppet. How y'all gonna listen? How y'all gonna listen to a puppet?
Yeah,
he's not even there. He's on strings.
Yep.
Right.
We the people, we had the power to take our own communities back. We and our own city back. It's we the people. We had the power to take back what our city. We had the power, y'all, and we gonna exercise that power.
Right, Lord. Here. Right, he a vice lord, right, Lord.
Right.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna make a donation too. I think you had sent me the link, Zoe. It's in there. It's in that other Is it in the other YouTube thing, or can you text it to me?
Yeah, I'll text it to you.
Okay.
And Rashawn, anytime you need me to come on, you know, you want to do something, we can do something, you know, whatever. We support each other, however, okay?
Everybody is invited on the show. I never, even the haters, you know, I even bring the haters on the show. Like, everybody's invited. I love debating. I love having discussions. Like, this is what I do, you know?
Yes.
So all right. I will until next Friday. I think we're doing Matt Martin next Friday. That's our next alderman, because Matt Martin is a piece of doo-doo. So Matt Martin next Friday. Have a great weekend. Please be safe out here.
Yes.
This is it. So I'm gonna get the links that you have, and I'll get the links that we have, Danny, and I'm gonna give them to Ramona, and she'll put a thing together.
And Rashawn, we gotta get your link, Rashawn. You gotta send us the link.
If you send the links to me, Rashawn,
I got you. Yeah.
Okay, and then that's it. That chapter is closed.
Yes, that chapter is closed, y'all. We got a chance. I mean, tell y'all story, and I'm glad y'all was able to tell the truth, because I know y'all it was hearing, oh, she kicked y'all out and all that. No, baby. I know you didn't. No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, just like we ghetto. I'm ghetto, girl.
And we start stuff.
You will never ever be able to sit at any tables with me. Ever. I was being very nice, because at the end of the day, I thought that you genuinely wanted to break this motherfucking machine. Right. Yeah, I want people who want to break the machine around me. If you don't want to break the machine, get the fuck away from me.
Right.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Miss Mama Nita. I know. I'm sorry. But yeah, sometimes you gotta get.
Yeah, I know, right?
We do got to get rid of that machine, though. That's on the real talk. My pastor was like, the machine. He was like, when he said something about the machine, he was like, we got to get rid of the machine. It's just the same thing over and over again.
Break the machine. You keep putting the same anybody is out here talking about they don't want to break the machine, there's nothing like you get away from me.
Right. That's what he said. You got to break the machine. If you keep putting the same people in there, you're going to get the same results.
The machine is turning to Hablo Espanol.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hablo Espanol with the help of these 20-ass disgraced niggas as aldermen. And Tony Dwayne Preckwinkle and them no good black Cook County commissioners that's over there too. That's trash. That's none of these people. They don't have our best interests at all.
Right.
Yeah. Lieutenant Governor Stratton gonna be the senator. Bitch, where were you as the lieutenant governor?
Right. Why we elevate you?
Where are you at, bitch?
Oh.
Yeah. If Harvey, they so mad they ain't seen him. Yeah, it's going down, y'all. So yeah.
Yeah. All right. So that's that piece, y'all.
All right, love y'all, my
Peace,
American
love y'all
sisters,
too.
brother, and my Chicago family.
Peace.